Howdy, all. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'll pin the link. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. All right, links pinned. Rock on. Unless a miracle happens, I apologize, but it doesn't look like my two distinguished special guests are going to make an appearance. Not worthy of their presence. So we don't have that. I was looking for a lively conversation of delusions of grandeur. Do you stand by them or do you not? Pros and cons. Where is it taking you? But I will say, Bill, you've said many times that you don't start throwing shit unless someone throws shit at you first. Well, let me remind you, back in the day, you and I were cool. We hung out for years. You'd come on my show, I'd go on yours, blah, blah, blah. All until I disagreed with your delusions of grandeur. And ever since then, you've been on my ass. Um, Hell, you've done more AI songs and videos about me than you have Forrest Fenn. Um, Another thing, Bill, real quick. You keep saying YouTube shadow bans you. Have you ever considered maybe people are just not interested in your delusions of grandeur anymore? Just saying. Did you ever consider that? I'll be honest, Bill. I could walk on water and you'd make a video claiming I can't swim. um,
What's up, Street?
what's up, Tyler, man? How you been?
Doing good, brother.
Good, good. Enjoying summer?
Yeah, I am.
Cool,
I've been
cool.
working.
What you got going on, man? Exciting.
Nothing much.
Hobbies?
I did come back here in North Carolina, like right before 26. But yeah, I've been here in North Carolina. I'm working at the movie theater again. So yeah, I'm living
Cool.
life.
Free
Yeah,
movies, man. Right on.
yeah.
The area you live in, did it get impacted by that hurricane that went through a few years back?
Florence,
Yeah, was that the name of it?
I believe so. Was that like the tropical storm? It was like
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I had advertised, it's always videos back and forth. I've been in this, I'll call it a game since for like 6 years, since 2019, 7 years. And we all know the actors and players, right? We
Oh
all know
yeah.
it. Just like in the world, we all have our pros, cons, flaws, discrepant. We all have it. We're human, man.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
we all know each other. But I find it ironic here, 6 years after the announcement, there's still I call them the wild bunch.
Yeah.
There's still a wild bunch running around with delusions of grandeur, calling everyone else, blaming everyone else, everyone else. It's always someone else. And, the way to get through problems is to talk about it, not hide behind videos. I do the videos because they won't talk to me face to face. It's frustrating.
Fair.
But I wanted to highlight on real quick before we jump off on talk about something else, Tyler. I wanted to get to and highlight Barbara and Douglas Preston's permanent restraining order against her.
I saw
Now,
that.
we all know, I'm not fabricating this. Anyone that's been around for since 2020 knows Barbara has accused me of stalking and harassing her, her children, her parents. The list goes on and on. Filing false complaints against her, ARDCC. I mean, all kinds of shit. So I find it very interesting, huh? If you read what was said, Barbara for years has been stalking and harassing Douglas Preston, his literary agent, his Hollywood agent, his writing partner, Childs, and the list goes on for years. But yet she was saying, and all I ever did was make comments in videos of the things she'd say and do. I never invaded on her I never harassed her family, no. I made
No.
videos ask saying, "Oh, wait a minute, you say this, Barb, but I think this." So I find it interesting, man. Isn't it ironic? Huh? Who was the stalker in real life? Huh? The one
Yeah.
accusing me.
Yeah, Barbara's a mess. She's gonna get what's coming to her, and I don't think she's ready for it.
Well, everything happens for a reason. I've
Oh
learned
yeah.
it at a young age, man. That's one thing my grandma did say, honestly, cross my fingers on the my grandma, everything happens for a reason. In other words, why sweat? Why sweat the small stuff? It's gonna happen. I mean, you can't change it.
Yeah.
It happens for a reason.
True.
Like all these people, they act like I'm this dark plague, evil. Bill's got me as a fucking sadistic Satan and shit that I'm just running amok, destroying. It's like, what? What? I'm giving opinions, guys. Relax. Settle down.
I
Calm
heard.
down. It's the
I,
wild bunch, man. It's the
yeah, it
fucking
is Wild
wild
Bunch.
bunch.
I heard Greg's channel got taken down. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true though. I don't really
Yeah,
know.
about three months ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
True. What do you think of this Justin Posey hunt?
I have honestly a quick, in my opinion, everyone could see the groundwork that was you were in the game back then, watching all the videos, listening to the lives.
Yeah.
Posey and Cynthia and Rudy, Amy, Smell the Sunshine, they grouped together and you could tell they had an agenda. You could tell the way, and then that crying video Amy did, and Justin, oh, I tried, guys. I tried to buy it for you guys and rehide it, but it was stopped because I got scared. Someone was in my driveway. Remember that?
I briefly remember it, but yes.
Well, okay, I'll go on. I saw it like everyone else was, oh my God, look at the draw. I was like, what are they trying to sell? What's their agenda? So I was trying to look ahead of them. Sure enough, Netflix come out and Posey claims didn't come out and say 100%, but they said 99% sure. This is Posey. I found Forrest Fenn's very special spot, and Rudy Green found the stick right here. This is it.
Yeah,
9
I do
Mile.
remember that.
Bull fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm telling you, that whole crew is gonna have a rude awakening coming soon. Hopefully in August, because I'm going to Fembria in August 21st and 22nd, because Ben's been hosting it. So I'm going, and I'm hoping Shiler's there because I'm gonna interact with Shiler and see if I can get some answers. That's my
Well,
plan.
all I'm saying, it upsets me that they piggybacked off Forrest, and by the way, he had passed away.
Yeah,
So he can't no, they don't have to worry about stretching the truth, Annie. you
right.
know? But if you read the FOIA from the private Zoom with Forrest, a lawyer, Jack, Department of Interior, Department of Justice, and what's her name, the Yellowstone superintendent.
Oh yeah, Sarah
Think
Davis.
about it. I looked through it. Granted, a lot of it's redacted, probably 60, 70% is redacted. But what isn't in there, and they can't redact because they can redact names and places, but the fact remains all the resources and money Yellowstone spent in 10 years saving searchers, blah blah. They would have fucking made him recomp it. They would have said, "Hey, if it number one, it's illegal to do it," and they would have fucking charged him. Right? He just
Yeah,
got done with a 12-year fucking lawsuit with the
I
United
agree.
States government, Department of Interior, Department of Justice. He just got done fighting those guys for 12 years over San Lazaro.
Yeah.
Now, don't you think they would have stepped on him if it was in the park? Number one.
Oh yeah.
Number two, they never asked for him to recoup any or give them money back for the resources and time and manpower they spent chasing crazy ass searchers.
You're right.
So that proves beyond a shadow of doubt, one and two, to me, factual, it was not in Yellowstone National
No.
Park. So when you ask me about what do I think of Posey, I think he's a poser trying to piggyback off of Forrest Fenn's legacy, which no, he bought it.
Yeah.
You can't buy character, man. I'm sorry.
A lot of people want to quit this hunt because of the bullshit.
Well, okay, any hunt. The first question you should ask, huh? Do you trust this person for it to be real and what they say is the truth? That's the first question.
I agree.
So,
They're just a bunch of newcomers, and they don't know Posey like us ex Forrest folks do. That's the
well,
problem.
once again, to each their own. But to me, don't consider me different and crazy because I don't go along with, oh, it's better than all they did it because I've heard stories. Oh, this is Forrest is number two. Forrest was involved. Get that you were sold that, ladies and gentlemen. They set the stage what? A year, 2 years before the chest was found.
Yeah.
Cynthia was his ear. I'm sure Forrest was, he liked head games. He liked playing games. Cynthia's right there. Oh, yeah, any day now. I'm sure he was telling her, oh, look out. Something's coming. Bill. So look at the people that got involved with that. The ones I named: Amy, Cynthia, Smell the Sunshine, Posey, huh? And then Rudy, huh? What's all the Rudy was the one who found the stick and the spot. Posey even found the spot. Cynthia
Right.
found 8 or 9 closures. Remember?
Yeah.
GPS, I can rest now. 9 Mile Hole, I can rest. I mean, what? She had 2 or 3 of them.
And you know what's weird when I don't know. I think you're live, right? Maybe Capo probably see it. I don't care. But her and Ben are like buddies now. They're talking, and it originally started because the video that Cynthia did actually live stream with on YouTube when she first came on to Emma and Jam's channel. I think it was. No, it was someone under the radar person. I don't know. Remember who it was. She was on the channel and she just said a lot of bullshit. And it was around the time frame like June 6th of this year. Like not too long ago, if not. And either Capo called Ben or Ben called Capo, and they texted each other and said, "This is weird." And Capo or Cynthia come out of the woodworks out of nowhere. And just bullshit, just making up
Well,
lies as she always does.
once again, to each their own. They have no credibility and credit. I think they piggyback.
Dude,
Like once again, to each their own. You have the money to play those games, go right ahead. But to me, in my life, and I'm 63, character, man. It's if
well,
you don't have your name, a man's word, a handshake. That's the generation. I was raised by a. My parents was born the same time Finn's parent or Forrest Fenn was born. So I grew up with those, handshake, look them in the eye, your words, your honor, blah. If you don't have your
yeah,
words, you have nothing. And your word is your name. So to me, nah, to each your own, but no, I'm not interested in them whatsoever. I feel sorry for people like that. Has all those money and resources, and what are they to gain out of it? Honestly, they can go ahead and promote, and this is the PR, the propaganda kicking in. Oh, he's doing it for the community. He's doing it for people to keep on the Forrest Fenn spirit. Oh, isn't he an angel? No, bullshit. He paid well, let's say he's got 1.5, 2 mil max into it total since the day he started the trace. 2 mil, let's say. You He's not going to recoup it back. There's no way. The figures don't add up. He cannot recoup that back.
No.
But he can get what? Ego fed?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's my opinion. But to each their own. We all have our flaws.
Yeah. Yeah. Dale actually came out of the woodworks too. On a live stream with Cynthia, and when they were doing the 3D bronze show on a live stream somewhere, and Cynthia goes asks Dal a question. Oh, she was like, "Oh yeah, you remember this email?" And Dal goes, "No." And yeah, it was yeah, they're in hot waters. And Justin is on the he's been suing people.
What?
Yeah. Well, let
He's
me
having
rephrase that. He's threatened to sue because people, typical Fenn shit. You know what I mean?
what is he getting like him and his family threatened and harassed and shit?
No,
Okay.
no, but it's
Well,
no.
it's like the well, it's the generation I was raised by. If you have an issue, you confront them with it. You don't hide behind, and but no, confront. Hey, man, and even with narcissists in particular, if you disagree with them, Bill, Barbara, they freak the fuck out. You're the devil now, and they'll do everything they can to discredit you and throw everything. Well, Barbara and the stalking allegations towards me and her family and all that proves shit. She was doing it the whole time she was accusing me,
Yeah,
which I wasn't doing. I was just making videos, giving my opinions on her words and her actions.
I think the worst thing I've heard, not recently, but like not too long ago, returning to the Posey hunt is one night Cynthia was like advertising this like speakeasy fireside chat. Oh, we're gonna tell a bunch of sex stories, yada yada yada, and wasn't there for it. I wish I was, so I could just confirm the notion. But supposedly Cynthia was telling a story about how Justin and his father were watching a woman rape a dog, and like you don't say that shit. That's like, oh my god.
Was watching what?
So Cynthia told a story to a bunch of newcomers to the Posey hunt, and she said that Justin and Justin's Posey's dad were watching a woman rape a dog. It's sickening.
Why would you what?
I don't know. I have no
Well,
idea.
well, okay. I'm not defending her, but I wasn't there. I do know Cynthia likes margaritas, alcoholic margaritas. So I don't know, man. That's a bizarre thing to say.
Yeah, it was. And from what I understood, Posey told her to say that.
Okay, well, maybe it's a clue. Maybe it's he hid it in Humpback Mountain. Is there a Humpback Mountain in the search area? I don't know, man. See, I'm just not. I was never. I've heard a lot of people. I'm not the first to say it. Cynthia had said it, which she gained respect from me when she did say it in the Netflix thing, and I've heard her say it before. It was a game with between her and Forrest, and I considered it a game of challenge of wits. He dared me to guess what he's thinking. So any person is dared, our generation. I'm not. Cynthia's roughly my age. Probably she's a little bit older, not much. Same generation. It's like, oh, you dare me? It's a game now. And then she was asking Netflix, which I agreed with her too. And they were like, "Oh, don't you think he was taking advantage of him and messing with him as a game?" She's like, "Well, who was playing the game, me or him?"
Right.
He dared me. He played the game first. He dared me,
Yeah.
and then interacting. That's the game. And I was always in game mode. But then in 2019 January, I started making videos on YouTube. And then it became a game with not only Forrest, but with everyone involved. So I thought, this is a win-win. I get to play a game with Forrest in private and then in public with all these other people. What's happening, Steve?
What's up,
What's up?
Steve?
What's up? What's up?
Not much, brother.
How's summer going, man?
It's winter where I'm at.
Really?
No, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, it's going good.
You in your search area out in Wyoming?
Yeah, I'm. It's
Beloved
still out there,
Breckenridge.
ain't
You fell for it. You're out in beloved Breckenridge, ain't you?
it? Yeah, BBB.
Baby.
Oh man, what y'all talking about?
Ah, right now, Posey, Tyler brought up the Posey hunt and the
Uh,
craziness going on.
what's going on over there? What's going on in the Posey hunt?
Dude,
Tell him
some
about
wild
the
shit.
dog humping a woman.
Who was? I've heard this before. Oh, they talked about this in Troy's Discord a while back.
Hmm.
So it was Justin Posey fucking dogs or something. What's going on?
Nah, so supposedly the story is that Posey told Cynthia to tell a story that Justin Posey and his dad watched a woman rape a dog.
What?
It was said. It's- People have confirmed it. I don't. I wasn't there for it, so I don't know. But people have confirmed it was said.
What?
And as we speak, Steve, there's people heading out to Humpback Mountain. They took it as a clue.
Oh shit.
You know, I learned in life at an early age, and we all suffer pain and all that bullshit. The best medicine is laughter, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at anyone else. And the people that laugh at themselves the hardest seem to get along better with people because nothing bothers them. Fuck.
Yeah, I try to be like that, but certain shit gets to me still.
Yeah. Well, it's human nature, man. That's the old mother nature in there twisting it. But it's fun, man.
Ain't shit really been going on, has it? Hey, when did Doug Preston put the lawsuit on? Not the lawsuit, but whatever he did with Barbara.
The final hearing was, I think, the 10th or third. I, the newspaper article came out like the 11th, I think, 11th or 12th. Anyhow, it was the day before the newspaper article came out was the closure. The papers, think about this. I was pissing my pants laughing so hard, man. Think about this. I tried to serve restraining order papers on Barbara in Chicago, and she refused service. And then she ran to Michigan, and I sent the sheriffs there proper service, and she wouldn't answer the door. So she wouldn't answer mine. But Douglas, I bet she thought it was like legal papers to say, you're a winner. And
I
she
bet on
she
it.
had to think about it. She had to accept those papers to know about it to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk about a roller coaster, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't mean to laugh at her pain, but it is a fact. I mean, it is what it is. What goes around comes around. I
Yeah.
but
just think it
I
was
mean,
fun.
but by now she has to realize that that wasn't Doug she was talking to. So why? I don't know. I just maybe it's not for me to understand. I guess I don't know.
Well, then again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You know, I enjoy discussing people's thoughts. And it's her, you can call it delusions of grandeur, which I like to, or you can call it their bizarre thought, whatever, delusional. Actually, Douglas Preston's lawyer actually said delusional when they asked him about what do you think of Barbara thing,
What?
Douglas, he says delusional.
That's
So
crazy.
I know people like once again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Oh, don't kick them when they're down, blah blah. Well, some people, narcissists, that's the only way they learn is to be kicked when they're down. And I don't mean literally. We know what I mean figuratively.
Yeah, I'm
To
trying to.
and
I just
kicking them. Well, kicking them, Steve Tyler is. Don't run from it. You ain't going to run and hide and act like it didn't happen. No, I'm going to remind you. Yeah, it is. It did happen. Look at it. You got to keep looking at it. It's you.
Because I emailed Doug on January 2nd, right? I mean, June 2nd. And I asked him about Barbara. And he never replied to me.
June 2nd. Yeah, it was already
It
been
was
served.
already, no, it
It
was just
already.
because in the email, I was like, are you in contact with this woman and planning on meeting her to reward her something? Or is she delusional?
The paper, that permanent restraining order was already filed by June 2nd.
Okay. Oh my God, man. Because for a minute, I'm thinking like maybe she is talking to him.
She's good. She's good.
I'm like, let me find out, man. Let me ask Doug. Yeah, I'm sure he got tired of that shit, man. Like, what the fuck, bitch?
Years.
Yeah.
Years of it, man. And the reason I'm highlighting on it now in videos, and I feel the necessity to talk live about it, is she accused me of that for 6 years, man. 6 5. I never once contacted her parents, never once contacted her children, never once, none of that, none of it. I filed a restraining order on her, which she refused service, but she sure did take Doug's, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
Doug
I was
said,
reading what
"Surprise,
she posted
motherfucker."
earlier. She said, well, she's scared to death to mention his name. She don't even mention his name anymore.
Well, that's part of it's social media too. It's all contact, name, contact, all that.
Damn.
Crazy, man. For delusions of grandeur. It's New Mexico. Forrest, there's I have it. I think I put it in my community page. A recording. Galaxy did a video back. I have the recording too, but Galaxy did a video like 3 years ago of Barbara literally on a live, her live saying, "Yeah, I had called Forrest, and no one would tell me what's going on, Carl. And I finally talked to Forrest. He said, "Yeah, it wasn't you. It was this guy." And he just straight out lied to me. And I'm thinking, God, so Douglas is lying to you. The court, in the court, this recent court, it's actually said, "Oh, great, Doug's lying to you, Judge." So everyone's lying, but Barbara. Interesting. The family's lying. I'm lying. Forrest is lying. Douglas Preston lying. Everybody lying. The judge lying.
Hey, hey, that's crazy, man.
Well, the only way out of trouble is to face it. And, she can keep running and hiding. It's just making it worse, man. I don't do and comment on it to ride her to the ground and see her destroy. No, you need to wake up, man. Get your feet back on the ground. Get your head out of the clouds. Stop. Stop. You're hurting yourself and a lot of people. Look at all the people she's hurt. You know how much money it costs the Forrest and the family?
Yeah,
Forrest, the money it cost him, and hell, he was he had less than a year to live. I don't even think he lasted a year. So his last dying days was her lawsuit, the money spent, and passing that on to his family, and then they assumed and absorbed the pain and suffering. That's not right, man. And all of a sudden, she's what the fuck? Who does that?
I guess people from Chicago.
Well, before the I think what one of the final straw that broke the camel back, she filed a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit on Douglas Preston. That's why she was driving to Maine. She filed it and they denied it because it was the jurisdiction. So she drove to Maine to file another one in the state, so they couldn't reject it. But the federal one, the first one she filed, it was denied. It was dismissed without merit. It had no merit. She was saying the same thing. Douglas is hiding his money. She wants her treasure, blah, blah, blah. And it was like 200 some fucking pages. It didn't even see the light of day. The judge looked at it and said, "Nah, man, dismissed without merit. This is nonsense." So then she drove to Maine so she could file at state and get past the federal regulations. It's easier to get slipped past in the state. Well, this is a wild bunch we're talking about. Douglas Preston headed him off at the pass and filed a permanent restraining order.
Oh my God.
You can't make this shit up, man.
Uh,
I grew up during the soap opera eras. You know, they were on all. I never got into them. I should have because this is a soap opera, man.
oh
This shit
yeah,
is
for sure. What is that weed? Hey, have they been doing any like rioting out there over that Carmelo Anthony shit?
Over.
um
Oh, I don't know.
what is it, man?
About I mean the black dude that killed the white dude at the high school.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know. I have. It's been weeks since I've even looked into that.
The
What
fucking
area?
rug that I mean the black dude that stabbed dude in the heart.
Yeah.
You
What
didn't hear
area of
about
the
you
country?
didn't hear
What
about
area
the
of the
street?
country was that in?
I think it happened in Texas.
Oh, never
I
heard of it, man.
don't know. A lot of people are making a lot of racial shit about it.
Well,
It's been a couple incidents out here over it.
as long as all the nationalities in America continue to fight amongst ourselves, the government can do what the people in charge can do whatever they want and just keep feeding us.
Yeah.
Anytime it I watched a documentary years, probably back in the uh, early 90s, and all the statistics was like um, 87% of all institutionalized male adults is black. And they just started and it was all like the blacks and then they started looking at court cases and the same, even more severe cases that a white person did that had their own lawyer, not a court appointed, and they were white, got off with nothing when the black guy got like, the max. So they proved, yeah, they were suppressing them, man. They were stepping the shit out of them. Once again, I'm not justifying anybody's actions, but if you look at the beyond the color and look at the statistics, they do favor Group A, we'll call them the Caucasians, against Group B, the blacks. In all throughout, I mean, I think it still is. If
What are
you
you
look
talking
at
about? Like back in the '60s and shit?
Nah, man. I watched a documentary in the 90s, and I'm sure they were like late 80s, mid 80s, up until 90s at the time. And I've seen not documentary, but statistics and discussions about the gross injustice of black and white and money and poverty. Even the white poor people who got corner pointed got like severe cases when the white another it's just disproportionate.
Nah, this is something totally different. Like dude killed dude for no fucking reason, and then all the black people got on there trying to we're gonna kill all the white people. Everybody should stab white people. They're trying to
Oh,
make a big ass racial thing about it.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, come on, let's do it.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, the world is fucked up, man.
Well, it's crazy you have to defend to the death the color of your skin you were born with. No, I don't think any of us picked the skin color. We just, this is it, what I got, man. Roll the dice, this is it.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Is was Bill coming on tonight?
They were my special guests, Bill and Barbara. I was going to give them opportunity to rip me a new ass, tell me how fucked up I am, and blah blah. And I would try to
I
reach.
know Barbara ain't gonna come on, but I thought Bill might have came on though.
Nah, he's like in my opinion, he's one of the he likes to hide. I'll give you an example. I watched a little of his show today. I saw you were in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in. He was on. Oh, so he ain't got me blocked.
No, I saw your comment in there, but what the part I caught was
Thought he had me blocked.
he's always bitching at someone. Someone's more fucked up, and he's going to tell him how to do. But he mentioned his neighbor, and he don't like dealing with him because he's bipolar. And
Right,
right,
and that's what.
and
And
then
then his
at the
neighbor came
end,
over, and then yeah,
then
his
at
neighbor,
the end, I see, and Bill's demeanor changed. His cheeks got all red, and
bro. I swear to God, I was just about to bring that up.
I was like, "Oh my God, my theory is correct. He's the type that hides behind and everyone's out to get him." I'm sorry, Bill, you got hurt sometime along your life. It doesn't mean everyone that disagrees with you is trying to hurt you. I'll give you an example. Not everybody that kicks dirt on you is trying to hurt you, and not everybody that picks you up is trying to help you. Yeah, you
Yeah,
noticed that, Steve?
yeah, I did. I did. I was kind of worried about him because I'm like, damn, it's like he really didn't. It's like he I don't know, man. It did seem kind of strange, and he hopped off real quick.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got the impression that he was like, "Yeah,"
I hope he's
he's
okay.
like, we're going to sit here and get high." And the dude, what I heard was not today, Bill. And I was like, "Oh shit." I think the guy was watching the show, man.
Yeah, I hope he's all right, man.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'd hate to see anything I don't want to see him get hurt, man.
Well, he said it, and what was so funny too is like he said his neighbor's name like basically like, hey Riley, like if anything happens to him, like we know the guy's name or some shit. Like he made sure to say his name. I think his name was Riley or some shit.
Yeah, I got. Hey, what's happening, Sophie? What's happening, Troy? Yeah, it's
I
strange
can't
world
I
out
can't
there,
see
man.
shit. I can't see shit. Yeah, it is. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up out here.
Well, once again, for 6 years, man, all I've ever done is give my opinions. Right from the get-go, I'll go over it real quick. Everyone's heard it 1,000 times. Here's 1,001. I watched, got involved in 2016, January, was behind the scenes playing a game with Forrest, blah, blah, email, playing my own game, blah, blah, in my own mind against him. But long story short, 2019 made a video and said, I found Forrest Fenn's treasure. Bill, within an hour of me uploading that, Bill came on and said, "Oh, in the video, he still has it up. He still has that. It's alive." He did within an hour and said, "Ah, I think Street's talking about me. I'm the treasure. I should be, helicopter should be coming to give me a treasure. Street's talking about me." Then 2017, the doffing of the hat. Ah, it's mine. Got it. And then 2019, when he took the food off for his plate. Ah, it's me. Verified again. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I heard
I
him
mean,
saying something now he has to write a book or something. Is that what he was saying?
yeah, yeah, and now he's joined in Douglas Preston. Now it's not the chess was a lore. Hell, how long have we been saying
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. You, Troy, and Andy, y'all been
Yeah,
saying that forever.
and now it's not the rusty car part or the bullet is the proxy. Now he has to not only did he have to find the bullet and Moses and Atlantis and everything else, now he has to write a book, and Douglas Preston will help promote it, and that'll give him title. What?
Man.
What? That's worse than your first idea of Atlantis. If you remember right, back in the day, he thought Forrest's treasure was Atlantis and he found it with Moses. No one would believe him. Remember those
Yeah.
days?
I don't remember the land. I know Moses, but I didn't know about Atlantis.
Yeah, he thought he found the lost continent of Atlantis. Well, Forrest did, and that was the trove.
That's the trove.
Yeah. Then he found the rusty car part and it switched to that. That was the proxy.
Man. Hey, did you get hit by them storms a couple days ago?
Yeah, yeah. They were quick though, man. They were real quick. Only lasted like 3 hours.
Man, we got fucked up out here, bro.
Yeah, Indiana too. And
Yeah,
we got
Indiana, Kentucky, and Southern Ohio, we got fucked.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got we didn't get a tornado, but we had strong winds and a lot of trees got knocked down over here.
Yeah, it blew my lawn chairs around the table. The umbrella I already had closed and locked up, but it blew the chairs around. One trash can was across the street. Yeah, it was
Was
a it was it there's nothing like after a storm in Ohio is the neighbors roaming the neighborhood lost looking for trash
Yeah, looking
cans
for the
blown
yeah,
away.
yeah.
was that when the tornado sirens were going off?
Wait, but you in Ohio?
No, I'm talking to a woman. She's in Ohio. That's how I know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They went off.
Damn.
They
Yeah,
went
she
off
texted
around
me.
here.
She texted me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. I said, don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it. Fucking
Yeah, I
white
think
people.
I think most of the tornadoes happen in like Indiana and Kentucky though. But
Yeah.
we had like 70-mile-per-hour winds out here.
Yeah.
Around here, during the summer or spring and summer, Um, probably 3, 4 times a month, the sirens would go off, and normally it's, severe thunderstorm warning, and hell, it's already given hell, right? I mean, the fucking sky, it's like, no shit, yeah. I'm thankful for it, but there's been twice since I've been here 2 years, twice in, well, 2 summers, that it actually said, "Tornado, take cover." I was like, "Oh shit, wasn't expecting that. Where's my cigarettes? Where's my pipe? I need a
Yeah,
beer. I gotta
yeah.
go
It
to the
got
basement."
scary because I was sitting in the garage smoking a joint, just watching it, and then all of a sudden everything got real calm, and then it's like the sky started turning. It was like a yellowish. It was a weird color. All the trees stopped blowing. I'm like, yeah, it's time to go in now. Because when everything gets real calm for a minute, something bad's about to happen.
We had some rip through like a week or so ago, week and a half at nighttime. They came in like I went to bed around 1 and they came in around 2, 2:30 and fucking woke my ass up. We hear this shit blowing around, bouncing. It was crazy. About a week and a half ago. Did you get week and a half ago?
This was just like maybe what 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
That one hit during the day though, right?
Nah, this it hit. It was all out through the day, but the worst of it was at night. It was
Oh,
like a
Yeah.
fuck.
long. It was like a long string of that shit, man. Like it was coming all the way from past Chicago, and it came down through our way. Then it shot up going towards like I guess up your way in Cleveland and shit. It was weird. It was a weird storm. It was like a weird front, man.
Man, I must have been really deep in stalking someone. I
Like the worst,
missed that
the
one, man.
worst, the worst. He says the worst part of the storm probably happened around 4 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Huh, I missed that one. Nothing blew away, so I didn't notice it. I got it pretty locked down, though. Got a bunch of bricks and rocks on shit that can move.
That's smart. That's probably why you didn't hear anything straight. Because you had shit weighing it down.
Yeah, I didn't wake me up, man. I was sound asleep.
Well,
I'm
are there
waiting
any
on dude
trees
to bring me
around
some
you?
fucking cigarettes and shit. My damn car's broke down and my truck's at my brother's. I'm sitting up here stuck like a motherfucker waiting on somebody.
Damn. Uber
Nah,
Eats.
they don't deliver cigarettes.
Oh shit, dude, they deliver beer, don't they?
I don't drink.
Oh well, I'm just saying. Yeah, you'll give me beer, but not cigarettes. What the
Right.
fuck?
So I'm waiting on my dude. I gotta pay this motherfucker. I'm giving him I'm giving him 3 grams plus the price of the cigarettes. I'm about to pay like $30 for a pack of cigarettes and two swishers.
Damn.
I'm up here dope fiending like a motherfucker, man.
I always keep a small bag of, that roll up pipe tobacco shit and some tops rolling papers. They're probably
That's
it's probably I'll probably go to use it. I got it down in the basement, in the storm shelter. I'll probably go to use it and fucking it all just dwindle away to dust. I don't know. Maybe I should rotate it.
man. I hate being fucked up like this too, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That nobody delivers cigarettes, man.
I never knew that.
Yeah, they don't deliver it up here. Uber Eats, nobody.
Oh, later, Tyler.
Yeah, he just popped off, dude.
What's up, Fendi? What's up, Davey? The link's up there, guys. If you want to join on, we can talk politics, religion, anything we can argue about.
Yeah, I can't see chat. I ain't seen Fendi in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I've seen him in Mario's a while back, a few months back, man.
Please let this be my dude, man. I don't think it is though.
What happened, Tyler? You pop off, lose connection?
No, I was closing up my tabs because my Discord has been acting up, and like I'll go to like look at the speakeasy chat, and it won't update, so I had to like close the app out, and I closed the wrong app out. That's what happened.
Uh, Technology.
Yes.
Damn, 50 grams of tobacco in Australia is 80 Australian dollars. God damn. Lucky
How
you
much
don't
is that?
smoke. Lucky you don't smoke, huh, Davy B?
Right.
I think a pack of Marlboros out here go for like $12 at the fucking at the Arab store at the little bodega up there.
Yeah.
Drive there.
Yeah, they've taken over, which good for them. They're business people. They've taken over every one of them in Marion, and there's dozens of them. You smell the incense as soon as you walk in. It's like, ah, what are you guys smoking, man? Do they burn the incense down there, Steve?
Do they burn what?
Do they burn the incense?
Nah, the dot heads do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the ones that own all the ones around here, and every one of them you go into, dozens of them in Marion, they all have that. They're burning incense. It's part of their religion. Every time I smell incense, it reminds me of back in the 70s. You had to burn it to hide the smell of weed so you didn't get butt. You know, back when I was first getting high in the 70s, if a cop knocked on your door and smelled weed, he could run in and bust you. He didn't need a warrant. So we
No
burned
shit.
incense.
That's
Incense were
crazy.
everywhere.
That's crazy.
So anytime you smell incense coming from a house, you knew they're getting high. But you couldn't smell weed. They'd still try to muscle in. You know how they are back then. They try to muscle. Oh, what's this? Oh, probable cause. Yeah, you had to hide that shit, man. Hide it.
This shit is
I,
crazy.
I was born getting high in a basement. Scared to go out in public because they know it had Visine, had to use Visine. If they saw bloody eyes and you laughed, oh, you're high, you're different. What are you laughing about? Life ain't funny. This is hard shit. You weren't supposed to laugh in public.
I
Your
think
eyes.
the first month I started smoking weed, I wasn't even getting high. I wasn't smoking it right or some shit.
We had one of the in our little posse, our little group from school. We had one. He was a jock, of course. Thought an athlete, but he thought he was better than what he was. You know the type, but he wouldn't inhale. And we caught him, man. He'd been hanging around getting high for months with us, and we realized, shit, he ain't inhaling, man. And we confronted him, and he freaked out. Oh, come on, guys, I got sports and shit. I'm like, then why are you wasting it? Why are you even taking it, man? Stop. Don't even take it. He's like,
Troy.
you won't be mad at me? I'm like, no, man, you can still hang around. What's up, Troy?
What's up, guys?
What up, brother?
Up?
How's life, man?
Still getting used to talking.
How about eating?
I'm still not able to do that.
Hmm.
I mean, I couldn't go and like eat a sub or a fucking Big Mac or some shit like that.
Mm.
I guess that's good though.
Taking this thing so long, man. Damn.
Well, honestly, I've told you when we were all joking about when you were going to get it all the work done anyhow. I mean, honestly, I'd have no problem if I could drink enough nourishment to like sustain me like I am eating. I would much rather chug down fucking 16 ounces 3 times a day, maybe an 8 ounce in between. I would rather, I mean, shit, boom, gone. I never savored food. I did it as a lot of like connoisseurs savor the pleasure of the food. No, I do it because I need the nutrition. Period. The faster I can get it down, I don't give a shit what it tastes like.
Yeah, it'll be 3 months in July, and I mean I'm amazed that there was no pain, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. I guess maybe it's good, that I can't eat like I used to yet.
Yeah,
So
everything happens for a reason, man.
yeah, so I've been kind of away from everything. I was talking to Steve a couple weeks ago. I started working on a game and I got really into it, so I've been doing that. Been working on a game, just getting away from the chase because like you were saying before, there's nothing happening and I'm not into Posey or any of that other bullshit. So
Well,
I'm
here's
still
another
waiting.
thing.
If Shiloh comes out, that'll be good. Now that the Cummings lawsuit's over, and
Yeah,
probate's closed, um, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, if Shiloh comes out, he comes out. If he don't, he don't. I don't know. Doesn't matter either way. Fuck it.
yeah. I still had an enjoyable time. Hell, I'm still having an enjoyable time. One thing I want to highlight real quick, my opinions on when I post Forrest Fenn community stuff, I've been doing that since 2019. And all of a sudden, a lot of like Posey and all these other treasure hunts come in. And like people's like, oh, why is Forrest Fenn in here? I'm like, shit, I've been doing, you came where I had been posting all, Forrest Fenn content. Rather the chase is over or not, it's still Forrest Fenn content.
Yeah.
I look at them as like, wow, why are you intruding over here when you're a different you're piggyback. And I don't give a shit. I'm not like, guys, what the fuck you do? I'm just saying I'm not the one intruding. I've been here the whole time.
Right. They put that Forrest Fenn keyword in there. But one thing I got to say, about K Pro and Mike, they haven't done it. I haven't seen a single video. If you search for Forrest Fenn, so they left that keyword out. I don't think they're doing anything with it, but either way, I mean, nobody really has anything to say. Hopefully, we think Shiloh's going to at some point talk about the legacy or whatever. I don't I don't think he's going to bring up the treasure chest. I don't think he's going to give a location. I think
Yeah.
that stuff's all over. I mean, and it's funny because a lot of the people hanging around, they think otherwise and they think that he's going to come out and crown somebody. I don't think that's going to happen. And at this point, we're 6 years into it. Obviously, there's a high chance that multiple people do know the correct solve. They can't prove it, but because multiple people could come up with the same idea, but what difference does it make? Like, I mean, I never did a video about my book because of that reason. Like, what people know my solve. It's on my channel. What am I going to keep talking about it for? Like nobody cares. Just like I don't care about Ian, his solve. And I don't care about Bill's or Barb's or. It doesn't matter. If you're right or wrong because there's no second place. They sealed the case. Jack is the solver, and it was in the state of Wyoming. Period.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people don't get that. They believe Forrest Fenn enough to go on his treasure hunt, but they don't believe, oh, he lied, but he was talking about, he didn't mention the state. Bullshit. He sent people to a physical location, him and Jack. And then they bring up, oh, Jack, they agreed to say, no, no, they didn't. Forrest Fenn said it right there in the statement. He made it clear all along to everybody that's been in the chase that the location and the solve is something that's up to the finder. So the finder, Jack, agreed that Forrest Fenn could say what state it was in. That's it. As simple as that. Oh no, he's lying. Yeah.
Well, think about how presumptuous it is to demand because of all the time, money, and effort you spent to demand to know the answer. You deserve to know the answer. That's presumptuous hell in my mind. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I mean, Forrest Fenn said it as early as 2011 with Lorena Mills. She asked him, will we ever know, where it is when it's found? And Forrest Fenn, well, I think if I remember correctly, he said it depends on whether or not the finder wants the IRS to know about it.
Yep,
He goes, and that's when he made the comment. He goes, look, I hated it. I did my part. I wrote the poem and put it out there. I washed my hands of it. I'm done with it. Now, everything from that point over would be the finder.
yep. Once they
And
find it, it's out of my hands. I can't make rules and stuff after that. Moby Dickens. I can't make
yeah, and
rules.
then, so everybody knew that. Everybody knew that.
Yep,
Anybody that was in the chase. And Posey, I never even heard of Justin Posey until it was over. I never heard of Ben Napple until it was over. I never
And
heard of a lot. Smell the Sunshine. I never heard of Daniel Barbarisi. All these people showed up when it's over, and they rehash the same stuff that we were talking about for years. And then Forrest Fenn dies, and then people come out with all these lies. Oh well, he never said that, or no, he's lying. There's a second chest, or blah blah blah. It's like, man, just admit it already. Just it's over. Like, I mean, I believe my solve is right, and you believe yours, and everybody has their belief. But the bottom line is, it doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong. I'm not going to get anything. There's no second place. You know what
no,
I mean?
no. There's nothing to be gained. I've never once. That's another thing. My beef with Barb and Bill. I've never once since 2019 claimed I was owed anything or look at me. I just said here, everyone was giving answers. Oh, my opinion. I simply came out with instead of tiptoeing around it. I know my opinion. I came out and said, this is what this is Forrest Finn's very special spot. Found the treasure. And
Yeah, that was
I knew
hilarious.
I wasn't stupid. I knew all hell would. I'd been watching you guys. I knew all hell. I had expected it. I mean, it didn't hurt my feelings, it's everyone's opinions, but I did it for a reason to make an impact. If I would have tiptoed around, no one would have ever heard of me. They wouldn't have argued my thoughts or opinions.
Yeah, what did we say
Yep,
back then? It was the lead searcher. There
yep,
was no two
yep.
sides. It was the lead searcher. Oh, here we go again, another lead
Yep.
searcher.
A rooster. Here comes the rooster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah, that's me. And I would, they would, you try to like demean me with, oh, here you go. I'm like, yeah, it's me, guys. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, that
oh,
was that was fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
the live stream Ben did the other night where he licked the shovel? That was some wild behavior.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, everyone took screenshots of it when he did it. He was
Did
talking
he?
about Stoop.com. He's like, Stoop.com, you're not going to update your website? Well, screw it. I'm going to lick your shovel. I'm going to lick the Shiloh shovel. He freaking licked it.
Oh, wow.
Man, this motherfucker done cut his phone off on me.
Yeah, by the way, Steve, that you were talking about that dude, that dude in Texas. You didn't tell Street that all the people that testified against the black guy were black?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, his own coach testified against him. His
Yep.
friends testified against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he dies in jail. I mean, same thing with
Nah,
the motherfucker that killed my son. I mean, he's in jail for life. Hopefully he dies.
he probably a
Natural
turn.
cause or gets shanked. I don't care what happens to him. But that's people try to turn everything into a race war, and it has nothing to do. In that case, it had nothing to do with race. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. I mean, I might as well just stop smoking, man. I got a little pipe I'm smoking weed out of, but fuck, need a cigarette, bro.
I'm surprised Davey B ain't coming on or Fendi or anybody.
I ain't seen Fendi in a minute or Davy B.
They're
Davy
both
B
in
was on your
chat.
last live, wasn't he?
Yeah, about a month ago, the last live I did, about a month or so ago. Yeah, me and him bullshitted for a while.
I don't know who Wise Guy 242 is, but he should come on too. I agree with what he said. He goes, Jack found it, but he didn't solve it. I agree with that completely.
With
Well,
Pawpaw.
you can't look past the legal standard or the legal threshold that was set. And it was set by Forrest, and no one can question him. Think about it. You can't call him a liar. What facts do you have? Jack, Wyoming, factual law. Now
Yeah.
I mean, just from a factual, not a personal, egotistical, whatever frame of mind, look at the legal standpoint. If they were to come out now and say, surprise, it was really Troy, you know how many fucking lawsuits would be thrown? And they couldn't fucking withhold it. They'd be inundated with fucking legal fees and lawsuits
Yeah, that's
beyond
why
a
they never
shadow of a
happen.
doubt. So it's set in stone as of whenever, whatever, when we'll say 2020, whenever in 2020, either on June or when Forrest announced, it's written in stone. Jack, Wyoming.
Yeah, I agree with Wise Guy. I think that Jack had a partner or somebody hired him, whatever. I don't think it was for his fan, but I think he might have been working with somebody, and that's probably why the solve ain't out. Who knows? I mean, but the bottom line, like you said, is it really doesn't matter because even if you solved the poem, right, you had to go get the fucking chest. So if Jack's the only one that went and got it, it doesn't matter who he got it for. He got it, and the family already backed that up. And then the United States government interviewed Jack, and then they interviewed Forrest separately, both in August of 2020. They each gave him a physical location that matched, and then the government went there. I don't know what they went there for because the chest was already gone, but they went there, and this is another thing, Street. When Sarah Davis said that they don't want the place known because there's no infrastructure to handle a large number of tourists.
Yep.
So right there, that rules out all of Yellowstone because Yellowstone handles millions of tourists, right? So, but again, I guess at least they're in Wyoming. The numbers, at least they're in Wyoming. Got to give them that.
Well, I just didn't like the the way Posey, Cynthia, and that group pretty much, I'll call it, railroaded the consensus of the world, the community, to believe it was 9 Mile Hole because of all these circumstantial evidence that they have accumulated to point there. Didn't come out literally and say it, but yeah, it's point. Oh, I do want to take this opportunity. I know Cynthia had made a video a while back, so I just want to be truthful and upfront with everybody. Forrest, Fenn, and I were lovers too. I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. I feel much better now. All right.
Hey,
Hey
have
man,
you looked
when
into that?
that shit was going down in Chase Chat in 2015, 2016, I joked with Forrest to say, hey man, if I send you a picture of me wearing Speedos, will I get any hints?
You know, it's funny because like she was doing a live. It was that same live stream when Dale came out of nowhere. Um, she was, I think it was with Jam. Jam and then we're asking her, like nailing her, like literally like nailing her with the one question, like, tell us your sex stories with Forrest, yada yada yada. Nothing, nothing. She didn't even deny. She didn't deny it, but like she didn't even answer none of it. Just like skipped over it as if it never happened, which is wild.
Mm. Have you been looking into that Ohio hunt street?
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Oh, the Newton Falls.
Yeah, Newton Falls, Ohio. Ain't that up there by you?
Up by Cleveland, I think. Akron, Cleveland area, I think. Mentor might be around Mentor.
Let me see where the fuck exactly where this is at.
Yeah, I've heard of it before. I think it's up in that northeastern part of Ohio.
I think it is Mentor, man.
I have got involved in the past, and they do it every year. The Hocking Hills.
Yeah,
It
the
has,
Hocking Hills ones are pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah. The only catch is you have to be physically there to take the picture, like of the clues. You have to be physically. You can't do it online, which that's yeah. It's
Yeah,
It, it,
I like Hocking Hills, man. That's a cool place.
If I had to build my dream house, it would be in the Hocking Hills area, man. I love that area down there. That's
What
beauty to me. That's
have
that's
you seen those have you seen the fucking what do they call them? Where you can rent the houses out?
the villas, the chateaus.
Oh man,
no,
have you seen
breakfast, bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, did you see the one they built into a cave?
No.
Oh my God, man. They got the cave one. They got the one that runs by the creek, and then they got a tree house. It and these fucking I mean, it's like it's luxury too. It's not no fucking bullshit. It's like real good luxury too, man. It's badass, man.
We've stayed at one years ago. There was a big. There was a lot of us, like 20 some of it. We stayed at a big chalet. It was Hocking Hills Retreats, I think the name of the place. Hocking. It was like a. It would sleep 18. It was like a big two-story, but it was isolated. Like most of it, it was isolated. There was a big hill. We did it in winter time, and fuck, it was expensive, man. We dropped like 5 grand that weekend. Beautiful
Damn.
area, man.
Yeah, it is,
Beautiful
man.
area.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there, man.
So, Steve, you're talking about but them Airbnb things.
Yeah, yeah. It's
People
in
rent their
Trumbull
houses
County.
out.
It's in Trumbull County.
By Logan.
Yep, yep.
Well, that's where the Hocking Hills scavenger hunt or treasure hunt originates out of is Logan.
Street, you seen that picture I put up there about the solstice tomorrow, summer
Yeah,
solstice?
I commented, but you got me blocked, man.
No, I don't have you blocked on my channel, man. I seen your comment on yours and I replied to it because I think that's the big connection with the Givas, all being the spiritual stuff. That's where I think it all ties back to San Lazaro. The
Yeah,
spi-
yeah, the same concept, the Kiva. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
because you
posted
used to talk about that with Trusted and
and
Candy,
Candy
where you were saying that the Kivas had holes in the center, the top, and they would use it to observe the stars, right?
and windows. They had the windows, the openings in the sidewalls too, to
Yeah.
like the
Yep.
solstices. I had left a comment. I seen it on your post, and I left a comment, and it didn't show up. I'm like, fuck. So I went ahead and did it. That's why it ended up on my post. I'm like, shit,
Yeah,
I got to
that's
say
weird.
this.
I don't have you blocked.
Well, we talked about before. Forrest took an interest and paid attention to certain people. He even highlighted, I don't want to get an interview from that guy and not read it. And that guy could have been anyone. People took it oh, it's me, me. No, it could have been anyone. He doesn't want to get information that, which told me and in my biases, I'm right. You have to convey it to him. Hear me all and
I
listen good. Hear me all and listen good. You have to verbally convey it to him. Even Jack reaffirmed it. He called him first before he got it and then left it overnight. Called him. In other words, you had to communicate. He's old school. So
yeah, I
yeah.
think
Anyhow, I thought it made well, the point I was trying to make is he got, certain people got his attention on the topics or the places like natural instincts. If you have an interest and someone's talking, you get their attention type thing. So yeah, remember you saying I think I got his attention too. I was talking the wheel is dream, spirituality, life, the circle of it. What I was throwing at him is the game I was playing was the same shit. The spiritual, the metaphorical, the blah blah. So yeah,
well,
I think we got his attention with that.
I think when he had cancer, I think he talked to the natives. And we what's interesting, the wheel, right? But Mike Lazar's did a video about this once where to try the wheel, and he's like, Wheeler's Peak. Wheeler's Peak is the tallest mountain in New Mexico, and it's also right above the Taos. What the hell is that? Just north of there, where Taos. What is that called?
The
It's not a
Taos
key.
Pueblo,
A what? A Pueblo,
the,
yeah.
yeah,
Right,
the
right
Pueblo.
above the Pueblo. I think it's called Blue Lake, and they have the same beliefs that the Shoshone have, and the Crow, that when you die or when you're born, that's where the exchange happens up at that peak, right? And the water comes down, I believe, from Blue Lake, and it curves around the mountain, and it goes right through to Taos Pueblo. But I think all that's connected. And I remember Trusted found the link to that to one of the radios coming off the wheel. And I think that eventually all that stuff pointed down to New Mexico for the big picture, not for the lure, but for the big picture. I really believe that. he got really spiritual when he found out he was dying. And I mean, his life passed him by. Like you say, that poem is really about life and death too. You know,
Well, that's the catalyst, is it not? So
right?
wouldn't it, and it doesn't mean it's the soul, and maybe that's why do you take a loop and find yourself, crossing or switching back? And he laughed like, "I think it's several loops. It's like the wheel. It's the wheel, man. It's never ending. It just continues. You'll never in other words, you'll never anyone that thinks someday they'll have it made, no, you won't. Because once you think you have it made, something else is going to happen, and it's just continual. That's life, man. Good, bad, roller coaster. So yeah, you can. I've said it many a times over the years. That poem will take you where you need to go, not necessarily where you want to go. We all wanted to find that 10 by 10 in the Rockies, but what we found is it's more deeper. It's spiritual. We found ourselves. We found life, man. What do you, what, how many searchers have you ever talked to? You've been in the search longer than me, Troy, longest than all of us in here. How many people were unhappy while they were out chasing it?
None.
None,
None.
none, none.
Zero. It wasn't until it was found and their dreams was crushed, they all wanted to fight back and blame someone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I'll segue into that's why I do videos about my opinions of Barbara and Bill's words and or actions. As long as they're speaking it, I'm going to give my opinion against it.
You
Plain
know
and
what
simple.
really kills me though, Street? I mean, like, forget about solves and stuff like that. But when you look at what the Nookers are doing, right? How could you write off Forrest Fenn? I mean, they didn't pay any attention to the man to think that this had anything whatsoever to do with trout, brown trout. I mean, they completely ignored everything in the guy's house, everything about spiritualism, and twisted and distorted it into some ridiculous thing that he did as a hobby. It had nothing to do with that, man. I
Well,
mean,
think about it, Troy. If that was their agenda, they accomplished it. They have no credibility to me. They accomplished what they tried to do: steal the narrative, direct it on a hellbound train. Good. I mean, it's not going to end like they think. I guarantee it. I'm sure. I'm 100% positive. All the ones that I mentioned that was involved, or the ones that are still involved, are realizing shit. This ain't what we thought. This ain't the dream we were looking for.
yeah,
This is
hopefully
a
Shiloh
headache.
comes out and again, I don't think he's going to come out and say, "Oh, the treasure was here and here's the solve." What I'm saying is, if he could point to what the big picture is, that would kind of throw away the Nooker garbage because it would divert everybody's attention to what it was really all about. And clearly, it had nothing to do with trout fishing. I mean,
Well, actually, Troy, Shiloh and the family does not have to even mention the treasure chest or the hunt. They can literally come out and say, "Here is my grandfather's legacy. All the red tapes taken care of, legalities, nothing to worry about. We have a green light. Here is what his legacy is." They don't even have to say it, but to me, it'll be assumed. Oh, that's the last step after the treasure hunt, or the reason of the treasure hunt was because of this. Think about it. Full page color ad. If you want someone to pay attention to your legacy and you remember you, start a treasure hunt. So remembered you.
I
yeah,
thought he told people to find a jar. Like,
that was what Shiloh said. If you want answers, find a
yeah, like
job.
if you want answers and shit, go find a jar.
Well, that's
In
because
other
of what
words,
Forrest
in
said.
other words, get your ass back out into the wilderness because you never learned the lesson of what my grandfather was trying to teach you in the first place.
Right. Right.
Well, another thing though that came up with that when he said that is they're talking about this jar that JCB has. But Forrest Fenn already ruled that jar out. He said that he had information in there and it was
And
too
took it out.
personal,
Yeah, he
so he
took it
took it
out.
out. But what Shiloh was saying is he didn't take it out of the other jars, the jars he buried. That autobiography is really the one that would have the answers that you seek. You're never going to find those answers in JCB's jar.
Okay, let's be realistic real quick, not to
You ain't gonna
burst
find no
anyone's
jar.
bubble, but
You ain't
think
gonna
about
find
it. Finding a 10 by 10-inch square in the vast Rocky Mountains was hard enough. Now you're looking for a jar 6 feet deep anywhere in the West. Good luck.
it. Right.
Should be no problem. Should be
With
no
no
problem.
help. With
With
no
no
help.
help. Okay, now think about what Shiloh said now. Yeah, go find a jar.
You don't even know what's coming, do you?
So actually, Ben was told by Shiloh that the jars are actually 3 feet or shallower.
Yeah, well, you know,
It don't matter. You ain't gonna find them.
you
I
ain't
think
gonna
there's one
find
by
that shit, bro.
Cody. I think there's one by Cody, but I wouldn't waste my time looking for it. I mean, Tyler, if you go back out to Montana, maybe I would tell you where it is, and you can go there and look. I
Are you
it.
not in Montana no more?
Nah,
Where you
Oh,
at
you're
now,
not.
bro?
What
Where
happened?
you
I'm in
where
North
you at?
Carolina now. I just had some argument or altercations with the staff, and me and her relationship was just rocky as staff and member. So I just decided to leave to flee from it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Yeah,
that
that's
So,
good
sucks.
yeah.
anyway.
But I'm back,
Being
and
a
I'm
being a cowboy's overrated anyway. Fuck a cowboy.
nah, yeah, yeah, cowboy. I miss
Yeah,
it.
but you seemed like really calm. You seemed that you liked it up there. I don't know.
I did.
So you're back in
Shit,
Virginia, you're back in North Carolina now, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm back in North Carolina. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think North Carolina is prettier than fucking Montana anyway.
Yeah, for
No, no,
sure.
I disagree.
Oh man,
I've lived
that's
here my
probably
whole fucking
because
life. I'm
you
tired of
you
this
lived.
shit.
Yeah, that's because you lived out there your whole life, probably. But I would rather be in North Carolina than fucking
Nope. I don't think
Montana.
Montana
Fucking
because I'd rather take a blizzard any day over a fucking hurricane and shit with floods,
man.
tornadoes, fuck all that shit.
I thought the same thing, Steve, but when I went to Wyoming the first time, I mean, Street will tell you, especially we were pretty close to where we were at the same place, Street. When you go up
Within
in that
50
area,
miles.
it's like a whole nother fucking world. I mean, it was awesome up there. Awesome. I,
I had seen the Rockies before. I've seen the Sierra Nevadas. I've seen the Blue Ridge, the Ozarks. But
Yeah.
man, Wyoming up front, especially close to the Tetons, I didn't go in, but I was within like 20 miles of them. It was like I
Ah,
was in awe, man. I was like, mother, I felt insecure and insignificant in the world. I was like, oh fuck.
and it's beautiful at night, all the fucking stars and shit that you see because there's no ambient
Oh my
light.
god, yes, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god. It was the same way in Montana where I was in Paradise Valley.
Yeah, you can actually see the Milky Way and shit. And then the
Yeah.
northern lights. I mean, holy shit.
oh
And
no,
I mean,
I think I like the Appalachians better than the Rockies.
I've been to the
Nah.
Appalachians a lot, man. I camped up in there as a Boy Scout. And I mean, I lived in New Jersey, so I was right next to the Appalachians too. But
But I mean, you guys are probably right because I've never been to Wyoming or shit, so I really can't.
Well, think about it this way, Steve. Down in Hocking Hills, you're in Conkle's Hollow, the
Yep.
200-foot solid. Okay, think of that, but it's all the trees and shit. You don't really get a depth. Now picture something, 10,000 fucking feet high, just solid, rugged
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's like, oh my fucking, you can see, it's like, God damn. Hell, you can see it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours driving to it. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and
Yeah.
bigger and bigger.
What are the people like out there?
I didn't find them to be hospitable in Du Bois, not at all. They
No.
were
They were
they were
friendly.
a different breed, man, you knew you were an outsider by anyone that looked at you in the town.
I had the opposite up there when I went up by Union Pass. The cowboys that I met, they were helping me out. One of them helped me dig. He came over and helped me dig. But I mean, I thought they were pretty cool. But when I went into the town, you're right. Like they seem like the kind of people that they're not going to talk to you until they get to know you.
Well, hell, Troy, it might have just been me. I'm just a freaky scared person. I don't know, man. Now that I think about it, everywhere I go, I get that. Never mind, man. And now it's normal. Now I just got like a snobby, just snobby.
Man, this dude's spinning me, man.
It was. I'll never forget it though. I mean, it. I was.
Man,
I was bragging to Forrest. I
look at
sent
this
him
big
fucking
ass. Hold on.
pictures and
Can
shit.
I
I
take a
couldn't.
picture?
I mean, I was thanking him for it.
Man, look
Sorry,
at this
Steve.
big ass. Hold on, I'm about to take a picture of this big ass deer in my yard.
Shit.
Hey, you got to watch that virus. What's that deer virus? It's in Ohio prevalently down south in
Uh,
Kentucky.
yeah,
There's
you talking about the I know what you're talking
Zombie?
about. Yeah, the
Zombie?
zombie. Ah, this
Yeah.
shit is blurry as fuck.
Hey,
Yeah.
Fendi, let's leave the Europeans out of this.
Yeah, how's
How do
Paul?
I?
I haven't seen him in a minute.
He
How
will
do
come
I
in.
share this?
You should come in. The street goes into your show, Fendi. Come on, man. I'll be right back, guys.
Can I share this in Zoom?
Yeah, I don't have share off. Yeah, share screen.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, I see it.
Oh, the link for the share the Zoom link.
No, share a pic, share screen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you didn't pin the Zoom link, Street.
I didn't?
You did?
No.
No, you did. You did. It was when you first started it.
Yeah, I thought yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I had to scroll back. I'll be right back.
He's going to go back. But yeah, you're right. Watch.
That's the first thing I do every time I do a
Uh-huh.
Zoom. Maybe it didn't
That's
take. I thought it took. I
no.
clicked.
That's how I got in here.
Man, how do I fucking?
You gotta
Here, I know what I'm gonna do.
you
I
gotta go
know
to
exactly.
more and then yeah, start share.
Hold on, I gotta.
The three ellipses for the more. You gotta click on that
Hold
to the
on.
right of the chat, and then click in the middle, of the top middle, start share. And it's just share screen.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to. I'm sure Tyler's telling me I don't know how to do it on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on a
Ah,
phone.
man, where's the fuck this dude at with my shit, man? How do I fucking even change my picture though?
And if you took a personal photo of the deer, you can also post it in the chat.
That's what I'm trying to do, but
Okay. I got you. So you gotta hit the plus button on the left side of the chat, and then a photo, and then it should bring up your photo gallery.
it's a fucking fucked up blurry picture anyway. But
It's how I got Ben's photo up there of him looking at the fucking shovel. Shit was funny as hell.
how do I fucking?
So set the stage. What was the premise? Why did he? Because Shiloh or someone didn't say something. He licked the.
No, so he was trying to get Stoof.com to update the website. And he was like, fine, Stoof.com, you don't want to update your website? Fine. And then he just goes on went on a pissed off tangent and licked the shovel. Was the basis of it.
Huh.
Uh,
Do
it
what I
was.
want you to do. What I want you to do, or I'm going to lick this dirty shovel.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. That's
Hey,
exactly what happened.
okay. Sounds like a temper tantrum.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a drunk Ben tangent. That's what happened.
Every time my kids or grandkids would like, they learned real quick that temper tantrum stage 2, 3, or where they fall on the floor and kick and scream. I just
Yeah.
walk over and leave the room, and then they'd follow me into the pay attention to me. Ah, look, I'm hurting myself. I'm like, oh shit, that sounded like it hurt. Okay, I'm going in the front room.
What the fuck, man?
I know it. I know Ben has the soundboard in his Discord. The soundboard stuff. I have to play it in a second because I actually have a laptop. Finally.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know how to do this shit.
Just show the photo?
Look, now everybody's outside too, looking at this shit. It's like it's like
What? It's just standing there, or is it feeding,
it's
or what?
it's it's by my apple, my little crab apple tree.
Ah, eating.
He got some horns on him too. I'm gonna go
Turn
in
your
here and I'm
turn
gonna
your
shoot him.
phone camera around and then turn your camera on. How's that?
All right, hold on. Let me try that. Do it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Damn, that is a nice one, man.
That is shit.
Got what, like little 3, 4-pointer, 2 on each? 1-pointer? Can't really tell. Wow. Definitely the crab apples, man. Eating them off the ground.
We can't hear you, Steve. We can't hear you. We can see you. We can't hear you. Nice beard, by the way.
That was a bitch.
Can't hear you at all, Steve. All we do is we see the video, but we can't hear you.
He's on mute.
Oh,
That's why his microphone's red on the bottom left corner.
yeah, I didn't see it. I'm looking at the other view.
Yeah.
Damn, I just looked down at a different screen of the chat. I got my camera on, but background. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead. You got the screen. My bad, man. I just looked
Can y'all
down.
hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
hear you now.
But hold on, my fucking why they ain't showing my fucking how do I take this background shit off?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know, man. Fuck it. He's gone anyway. He went to the backyard. Let me see if he's in the backyard.
Don't feel bad, Sophie. Ben kicked me out of his Discord after like 5 days, invited me on, and then 5 days later kicked me off not because I was cussing and screaming, just because I was defending myself to
Oh shit.
other vermin.
Oh shit. Yeah, look, my outside cat sees it, man. This motherfucker's huge, bro.
This cat's gonna be dinner.
Ooh, that motherfucker just scared the shit out of me. Let me take my stupid ass back in the house. That's a big boy too. I'll be out here wrestling with that big motherfucker. I guess dude ain't gonna come with my cigarettes, man. I don't know what the fuck's up, man.
Holding out for 4 grams.
I'm about ready to tell him that too. So I'm over here dope fiending like Pookie on New Jack City. How do I take the background off? Y'all know how to take the background off?
Give me a
Ask
second. I'll
Tyler.
show you. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna change my password because I'm trying to log on my computer real quick.
On the PC, Steve, on the bottom left is a button that says video, and if I click it, it's got options to choose the background and all that stuff. So I imagine it's in there. You can turn it off. I don't know where it is on the phone, but it has something to do with your video setting in Zoom.
I can't fucking. Let me see if I can put it. I'm gonna try to get real close to it and put his face up there to the camera.
Tweaker Geographic today's episode. The tweaker goes after hungry deer.
I hope this motherfucker ain't got them deer ticks on him.
There's a video going out. It's an old one. The guy's got like an old flannel shirt. It's like in the like 90s, and he's in this pen, and this deer, it's probably like a 10-pointer, is just fucking reared up kicking the shit out of him, knocks him down, and like they were doing a news interview at the
Did he cut
time.
up to you?
You guys ever see that video circulating? Years now.
You say street?
What's that?
What you say?
I remember watching a video, an old one from the 90s, a guy getting the shit kicked out of him from a fucking like a 10-point deer, man, in a penned area, just beating the fuck out of him.
Hey,
It's a popular video. It's been going around for a while.
I've been chased by deer before, but I ain't never really been attacked by one for real.
The craziest deer video I've ever seen is it's like a 10, 11-year-old kid in orange hat and jacket, and a deer's like comes right up, and it's in Ohio. That's the weird thing. The deer comes right up to him, and you can hear dad saying, "Oh, don't move, don't move." And this deer, it's a female, comes right up to him and like is within inches of the kid's face and just sits there for a while. And they were fucking deer hunting.
That's crazy. Do I gotta hit my thing and do it? I don't know how to do it, man.
I'm gonna see if I can figure it out for you. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm always on the computer on Zoom. I don't think I've ever gone phone on a Zoom. If I did, I don't remember.
Fucking cat's following me all the way outside and shit. Come here. Get on camera.
Street, remember that in chat? Look in chat in your Zoom chat.
The licking?
Uh,
Oh, yeah, 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 the coin thing, right?
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
what?
Jason Dent. For those that don't remember, Jason Dent was a searcher, him and his wife. He shared a bunch of stuff with me about I had been out that back in the day, back in 2019 when I first came in, there was all types of double dealings and shaky shenanigans going on behind the scenes, but no one was doing it in front of everyone, like calling each other out and shit. They do subtle. But yeah, he shared this shit was going on about the coin and Illinois' ghost and yeah, that was some fucked up shit. The last thing Forrest wants to do is, you know, worry about stupid shit like this and is dying and don't know how many days time I have left type shit. Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what he said there. They wanted to interview me and Doug in my library. I said no. They did not come to home. That's why we interviewed in Doug's office. He's talking about the 2019 interview.
oh, because K-Pro was banned from the house from yelling and screaming at Forrest to get more hints. Yeah, I heard that audio too.
Yeah, so Forrest said that he banned them. They didn't want to do the
I
interview at
figured
the
it out
house.
now and shit. That motherfucker's gone and I just now figured it out. Ain't that some shit? I don't know where the fuck this deer went to. That motherfucker just, he had to cut up through this little side thing.
Fence rows, tree lines.
Yeah, this is Tyler's favorite place there. Right, Tyler?
Well,
Look in the Zoom chat.
What's that? The Mustang Ranch?
No, that's Buffalo Bill Cody.
oh yeah,
That's the whole center, the museum.
Uh,
yep.
I labeled all the places in there. I was
Man,
never
it
at
don't
that.
take that long to get here, man. So, Street, I'm about to pay you to bring me some cigarettes down here. How much you want?
4 grams. I'll do it for 4, man. If I use my motorized bicycle, 100cc, fuck. I could do it for maybe 2 gallons of gas. Yeah, I'll pocket like $20, man. Yeah, man, I'll do it for 4. Might take me a few. I can only do about 40,
Oh
45.
God, man.
Give me about 2 hours, man. I'll be there. You guys should honestly build you one. It does any type bike and put a 80 cc, 100 cc, $150 from Amazon plus the bike. I'll tell you, man, I have more. I owned a Sportster back in 2000. I owned it for quite a few years, and it's more fun than my Sportster.
Y'all see the cat?
What is it? A cat?
Yeah, it's my outside cat. It's the neighborhood cat.
Keep the mice away.
Yeah, yeah. Field mice. And lizards. We got a lot of lizards out here too.
Close to the river.
Yeah, I'm not that far. I'm one, two. I'm 2 neighborhoods. What is it? Avondale downtown. I'm 2 neighborhoods away from the river. But the Mill Creek is right. Mill Creek is right over that fence. I don't know if you can see it. Let me go down here to the dead end. Y'all see it?
Yeah. Nice area, man. Quiet.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet up on this dead end. They cut all the trees down up here. You can see everything now. It's I-75 right here. I don't know if y'all can see it.
I've went down 75 many a times, like through Atlanta down to Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here's the bin shit with the shovel looking shit.
Who?
That was gonna be like
Man,
the
please let
shovel.
this be. Nope. And this dude's bullshitting, man. I gotta quit smoking cigarettes, man. If they got me like this, dope fiending this shit, man. What was you saying, Tyler?
Oh, I was playing the sound bit of when Ben licked the shovel.
Uh,
Yeah, some funny ass shit.
yeah, yeah. Fuck, dude, man. Fuck Ben. Fucking punky ass bitch.
Well, to each their own, but at least I can say the game I played since 2019 in the community, I've never licked a shovel.
True. Should I put in that in Ben's chat?
No, then they'll block you just being associated. Guilt by association.
No, he
Ah,
won't do that.
your friends are street. You're evil. You're the devil.
Shit.
What time do I work tomorrow? Or what time do I get on this automatic?
Where you working at now? Ain't no cowboys in North. I guess there are cowboys in North Carolina.
I'm working at well, there's a boot barn right around the corner, like literally within a quick walking distance. But I'm working at a movie theater.
Ah, where'd Troy go?
I have no idea.
I'm still here. I'm just not talking that much.
Who's all in chat?
Good question.
Sophie, Fendi, they're the ones commenting. Wise Guy, Davey B was here. I don't know if he's still here. Wise Guy was here. I don't know if he's still. That's it.
Who's
That's the only
wise
ones.
guy?
That's the only ones commenting. Who's Wise Guy? I've seen them around before, commenting.
Hmm?
I've seen them around. I don't know who they are, but I've seen the name around.
Bro, it don't take this long to come from Sharonville to here, man. Like, what the fuck is up, man?
Yeah, Davy B says he's still here.
Tell them to come in, bro.
Yeah, Davey, come on in, man.
In case everyone hasn't noticed, it gets silent. That's when like everyone's right out there. Everybody's like, "Oh fuck!" It's like a sign of board. Yeah, come on in. Let's hear what's going on, man.
The
Always good to hear.
wise guy is still
Always
here.
good to hear from the man from down under, Vegemite.
Wise guy, not far, but 242 walk, right, wise guy?
Oh, wait. When's
242.
Father's Day? Shit.
Well, here's another question, Troy. Since you've been around longer than all of us, can you remember a time in the Forrest Fenn community world of YouTube and blogs and all where people agreed on anything?
Nope.
So
Everybody was tight-lipped. You know what? You know that was the
Oh shit,
fucking
hey, it's back.
problem, though,
It's
man.
back, y'all. It's back.
It's back.
Damn, it's dark out here now. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Tell me when y'all can see it.
can you zoom in any?
Hold on. I don't think so. Am I on the big screen or a small screen? I don't want to get too close to this motherfucker. Can you see? Can you see the tree?
It's pretty dark. I can't. I don't know. I can't.
I
Maybe
can
someone
barely
else.
see it.
It's just darkness, and I see like a window light through the darkness.
Man, I'm right
Now,
here on it, bro. Y'all can't see that?
Nope.
nope.
We see lights, tree.
Oh shit, nah, I'm cool, bro. You're good. You're good. I'm backing away.
It's
How the fuck y'all can't see that, man? It's like right here.
too dark.
Yeah.
I can see the leaves. I can see the leaves to your right.
Walking away,
I
man.
can see
Hold
to the
on,
right.
hold on. Damn, he's fast. He said I ain't gonna be able to catch him.
Was it deer?
Here's that deer. He back in the street now.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
can't see
street.
it.
Nope.
Jesus Christ, man.
You got your
Got,
camera on.
he's running up the street now.
Yeah, that was the problem. Street
Chase. Y'all seen it.
back then. Nobody. Everybody was so fucking greedy. Nobody wanted to talk. Like nobody would like even partner up and work on anything collaboratively. Everybody was secretive. You know.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. For example, I'll use this as an example. I'm not saying he said it, but for like the wheel, Troy would post things. There'd be people that would post things that, oh, I guess the wheels on the roll, and wink, wink, and that's how people talked. And it'd be like, oh, you ain't got shit. I researched that, blah blah, and then the hell would break loose. Anybody that, and if you didn't come out, even though I didn't like Dale, the atmosphere of Dowell's website, I did appreciate the strictness of it. In my opinion, don't you dare come out and say, it's always in my opinion. And even if you said that, they'd step on you. The old timers, remember, Troy? There was a
Yep.
pecking
Yep.
order.
Yep.
And I used to joke, I used to try to joke with them subtly because I knew these were a bunch of hardcores. I would joke like, seems to me that a person that went out 100 times is a bigger failure than someone that's never went out once. You sure you got it? You sure you got them all? How'd you put it? All the clues set right, and boy, they would jump on. Who are you? Ain't I don't know. Who never heard you? You don't have an opinion. Who are you? How dare you? And I'm just saying, I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. Seems like 100 failures compared to none is a worse record than no failures.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, it was tough. But like I said, I mean, I initially I was by myself, obviously, and I went boots on the ground, but I couldn't have there's no way I can afford to keep doing that all the time. And that was when I came down with my disability, and so anyway, I couldn't go. So I had to find a partner, and it was tough. It was tough because nobody would fucking talk. Nobody, you know. Sam and I talked in 2016, and then he was hard to work with, so we broke off, and he was on his own. He didn't come back to me until late 2019 because he knew I had a partner in Wyoming at that point. Yeah, I only had two partners, Sam and the guy in Wyoming. And Sam knew I had him there, and Sam was like, "Troy, I'm dying. You know, any day, any time now, I'm on hospice, and I know you got a partner that lives in Wyoming. Would you want to come back? Can I join your team?" And I asked my partner. My partner said, "Yeah." So we brought Sam back. That was in December or late November in 2019. But I mean, Sam was partnered with other people, you know, before me, and in between, you know, when I stopped hanging out with him.
Well, okay, in your instance, and you're not alone. A lot of people were, for the same reason, was looking for partners. Think of the vulnerability that puts people in, and the anxiety and stress to find someone you can trust. I mean, holy shit. This is dream come true, man. And you don't want to hand this shit over to someone that's going to fuck you over.
Right. It's
So
tough,
yeah,
but
you weren't the only one that was, I've heard through the years talk that yeah, man, it's finding a partner in the area was hard.
yeah, but like Forrest said though, the way I looked at it, Street is I can't go anymore, right? So if I don't find somebody, I'm never going to get it. Chance is zero, right? So if I find somebody and I don't know whether or not I can trust them, like I'm not really that far off of where I was to begin with. Because in other words, like Forrest Fenn would say, part of some is better than all of nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was kind of pointless to be, and I mean, I tried on the Facebook group. I tried to find people. I found like one guy in Portland, Oregon, a couple of other people that were pretty cool, and we were working pretty well together. And then I tried to work with Sean Dodson when I did the grammar stuff, and he wouldn't want, like everybody was deathly afraid of to touch that topic, and I'm like, well, hey, somebody's got to do it because it's a fucking poem. It's written in English. In order to hope that you're solving it, we better make sure we're reading it right. And everybody agreed, but nobody wanted to talk about it because, as you know, you go on the internet and start talking about grammar, all of a sudden you're called a Nazi.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing to go on there and correct somebody's grammar.
Who calls you a Nazi?
Well, no, they have the term grammar Nazi.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Grammar police. I heard uh-oh, here
Yeah,
comes the
grammar
grammar police.
police, and yeah. But I'm like, dude, I mean, it really fucking matters. And as it turned out, it really did matter because regardless of whether or not my solve is right, the point that I make about there's no comma after the word halt is a big thing because everybody was going and treating it as if there's a comma there, and they were treating it as like step one, go where warm water's halt. Step two, take it in the canyon, and that's a huge fucking mistake because the poem does not tell you at any point to go in the canyon. It's telling you what the water is doing.
Honestly, and hell, you remember back in the day, I my approach was realistically, put everything aside. Realistically, it is impossible to solve that fucking
You could just
poem
slap
unless
this dude
Forrest
and just take my
personally tells
cigarette.
you what each of the clues are. I mean, it's a fact.
Hey,
It's
wait,
all
that's right.
so when people would come up and say, I know for a fact warm water's halt is this, it's like, did Forrest tell you? He doesn't, because of this, and it's like, no. I mean, realistically, think about it. It is impossible unless Forrest tells it. And that's where people say, well, he hid the clues in the poem, so you or the book, and that's why it's like still, it's like reaching for straws in a haystack. Unless it comes from his mouth, none of us had a chance. So we had to use our imagination. I mean, anyone that argues, no, I can prove what warm water's halt. No, you can't. Did Forrest tell you personally? Here's what warm water halt is. If he didn't, there's no way you can factually say, I know it for a fact. None of us could. None of
No, the
us. So
only
we're
thing we
guessing.
know for fact is that Forrest Fenn said that that's the first clue, but he
Yeah.
didn't tell you, right? And the other thing we know kind of for fact, because he did it in an interview, the lady asked him, she goes, begin at where warm waters halt, take it in the canyon down. That sounds like a clue to me. And Forrest is like, yep. And then she's like, not far, but too far to walk. Put him below and brown. That sounds like a couple more. Forrest goes, yep, at least 3 to 4 more to me. I mean, 3 or 4 so far to me. So we know there's a minimum of 3 clues in that stanza, but we don't know what the other ones are. All we know is beginning where one more's halt, right? But there is an interesting thing, Street, because Forrest said that people have gotten the first 2 clues right, okay? And they didn't know it because they went right on by the other 7, okay? Well, the only way, all right, so if there's at least 3 clues or 4 clues in that stanza, Forrest Fenn also said that the clues are contiguous. So, in other words, whatever's after one more salt, the second clue has to border it, has to come after it, right? So logic would tell you, and you can't prove it, but logic would say, well, the first 2 clues is where one more salt and a canyon down, right? So Forrest Fenn saying that they knew the first 2 clues, they had them, and then he went right on by the other 7. The only way that that's possible is they went right past Loma Brown and went in the canyon. I mean, and that was funny, and that's when this big shit happened with K Pro because I told her and I was pointing out the comma in Thor, and she got into an argument with me, right? And I was emailing Forrest about it. I'm like, these people. I said she's a fucking a PhD, and she doesn't understand like 5th grade fucking English. I said there's no fucking comma there. The subject is warm waters. The only thing he told you to do is begin it. The warm waters are halting and taking, not you. And I'm
Well,
100% right, right?
we've
And she
talked.
argued that. She argued that. And Forrest Fenn, then what he did, he came out with a revision to Once Upon a While, and he added the Dizzy Dean, and he took all the fucking commas and all the punctuation out of Dizzy Dean, making it look stupid. And K Pro went back to me and goes, see, he's mocking you. I'm like, no, you got that fucking backwards. He's mocking you. He just destroyed a and she's like, well, he told me that punctuation doesn't get you to the treasure chest. And I'm like, well, of course not. But the punctuation dictates the structure of what you're fucking reading. That's 101. And
We've
if you,
talked about we've talked about this before, Troy. When you come out with that English, I remember it. Now, if you look at it, take for example what I said about that never-ending loop, like the wheel, never ending. Each of our journeys was what our biases and our life was, and everything happens for a reason. Now, think about it this way: if you think of the poem as Forrest dying, which that's what he said, I plan on dying on the chest. So he's let's look at the poem as he's dying as I have gone alone in there. He's going into the grave, into heaven. Then begin it where warm waters halt. That's when he dies. Take it in the canyon down. That's him getting buried in the grave. From there is no place for the meek. Yeah, now he's hoping to go to heaven. If you've been wise and found the blaze, heaven. I mean, it fits. It's unarguable. But everyone's opinion, everyone's biases can make any of us can make what our biases and what we want that poem to fucking read,
no,
depending
yeah,
on
absolutely. But you should at least read it. Like what I'm
well, yeah,
saying
yeah,
is in
yeah. Well,
that,
I'm sorry. Not sorry to interrupt you, but I was saying, yeah, punctuation does matter. No matter how you read that poem, that punctuation matters. I agreed with you. It does, no matter what path you're taking on that poem, whatever
right.
loop.
And then so in that stanza, he's only giving you 2 commands. One, begin it. Where do you begin it? Well, you begin it where Walmart's halt and taking into account. He's describing what the water is doing. You begin it there. But the
Okay.
very next command he gives you is put in below the home of Brown, like Wise Guy just said. And then he said in that interview, somebody asked him, she in that same interview, the one I was just talking about, she says, and who is Brown? And Forrest Fenn goes, well, if I told you that, you go straight to it, the treasure,
Yeah.
right? So in other words, he's telling you, he's describing what the waters are doing. He's saying, begin it here. And then he's telling you to put in below the home of Brown. But instead of doing that, everybody was following the fucking water into the canyon and they were going away from the chest instead of going to it. I think we could safely assume that. Can we prove it? No. because the only thing we know for sure is beginning of warm water salt is clue number one. And we know that the clues are contiguous, which means they have to touch each other. So in other words, and he said there's three, at least three, maybe four in there. So if he did that, there's four lines in there. It would common sense would tell you that it would be Walmart salt. We know that's clue one. The canyon down would be clue two. Not far but too far to walk would be clue three, and four would be put in below them brown. So the only way you could possibly get two right and go past the treasure is if you went in the canyon. There's no other way you could not do it. And I pointed that out to K Pro, and she was arguing with me about it. And I mean, Forrest Fenn would never say it, we'll never know, but he was mocking her because it was fucking stupid. And I got into a fight with Dal about that because you're right. Dal had a good website that they were strict. The problem is they were too strict because you and I both think that you can't just solve one clue at a time. You gotta solve all the clues kind of simultaneously. And when you went to Dallas Forum, if you were in the warm water salt section and you start talking about the Homer Brown, Goofy would be all over you. And I'm like, Forrest, who told Dow that clue number one is warm water salt, clue number two is canyon, and Dow won't let us talk about it? Well, what if all four of those lines refer to the same fucking place? And
Well,
Dallas, so I said Dallas single-handedly caused your treasure hunt to take 10 years because he's fucked people up right from the beginning. He's got everybody looking as if you single step it. You go where Walmart salt. Step two, go in the canyon. Nope, boom, you already fucked up. That's a fact. It's not written that way, and people will be like, oh, well, he didn't want you to be an English major, but you don't have to be. A child would know that. This is like fucking third grade English. It's not nothing complicated.
okay,
And then
let's
people,
take let's we can take any word in the poem, but you mentioned canyon. Now this is a poem. Literal and metaphorical is in poems. Now the foundation is literal, the word canyon. Are people literally the question comes and it's unanswerable unless Forrest personally answers it. Is what did he mean by canyon? Did he literally mean a fucking canyon in a poem that
Man, it's got to
uses
be Forrest.
words as a literal foundation for their metaphors? And that's where and it we could and we have been. I've been involved with it for since 2019, even longer since
Was you
2016.
coming from Chicago?
Huh?
God damn. Bro. Yeah, bro. Hey, is your mom's all right, bro? Yeah, she got to go.
Oh shit! I thought he was asking if I was in. Yeah,
uh,
but
Something like, and I guess there's a down.
now this is what I got with that wise guy that
Oh,
come
she got a
on here,
blockage.
man. What he's saying, like he's right. What he's talking exactly. Walmart salt is the first clue, but it's not all of the first clue. Wise guy, listen to this. Remember when Forrest Fenn said that would be like baking a cake? You need all the ingredients. Like you can't just take one thing. Because somebody asked him about that stanza, and they said, Forrest, if I told somebody to meet me where Walmart or Salt in the Rockies, would they be able to find that place? And Forrest Fenn said no. So right there, he told you no, you cannot find a place on the map that's warm water salt because warm water salt doesn't work alone. It works with the rest of the fucking stanza, just like Wise Guy is saying in there.
okay, let's begin it since that's the topic. Begin it where Warm Waters Hall, he had indicated was the first clue. He also said, I think it was in 2019, one of the interviews that he was asked, and he said, where do you start the journey? Blah, blah. He's like, you get in your car and drive out of the garage.
Yep.
And people
Yeah.
said, aha. And if you look at that literally, he just told you that's what beginning where Warm Waters Hold is. That's where your journey begins. Getting in your car and driving out of the garage.
Yep.
Right? If you take
People,
it literal.
I mean, he just said he didn't fuck around in the poem. Like, so people would ask me, well, you got poetic freedom in the poem. Yes, you do. And Forrest Fenn had poetic freedom in that he did not have to use punctuation, and
Nope.
yet he did. Not only did he use punctuation, he even threw a semicolon in there. So who the hell are we to ignore that stuff because it breaks up? It applies structure to the poem, and if you get the structure wrong, it's hopeless that you could follow that stanza because, like Wise Guy said, that stanza, in my opinion, I can't prove it, is not. It's describing the first three lines: beginning of Walmart Salt, taking the canyon down, not far, but too far to walk. That is describing an area. To me, it's describing Wedding in the Waters. But either way, it's describing an area, and he's telling you that's where you begin. But then the very next step is putting below on brown. He's not telling you to go into the fucking canyon, and that's exactly why 9 Mile Hole don't work. It don't fit the poem, period. And if Justin thinks it does, he's a fucking idiot. Because it doesn't, not at all. It doesn't fucking tell you to do that. And not only that, when you get past the home of Brown, he's telling you there'll be no paddle up your creek. So we're going up a creek. We're ascending in height. Where do you ascend at 9 Mile Hole? Nowhere. You're
Well,
already
I
in the
took
fucking canyon where Fenn Rock is, so you're already fucked up. Yeah.
what your English structure of it is the foundation, the literal part, the words and the structure, the English structure. What you have been saying is it lays the foundation for the poem, the metaphor to be built on. What's that? Build what's that one, the Caliph or whatever, about a castle in the sand and a shack on a rock? It's that same type premise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and so I mean, I talked to Doug Preston about it. He won't answer me, but I think it's sad. It really is that nobody is ever going to know the brilliance of what Forrest Fenn did. And I mean, he literally hid stuff right in your face because he knew that most adults, including me, are going to be stubborn and we're not going to admit that we don't understand words that we use every fucking day. How many times did he say that? We use words every day that you don't understand. And people were like, he hated grammar. He did? Then why was he asking for a book while he was in college, an English book? Why did he recite poetry all the time? Because he knew that he could put shit in there and people would just fucking, their eyes gloss over and they get gold fever and they just ignore the fucking poem and they're looking at a map, which is another thing he said. Forrest Fenn, what surprised you most about the chase? And he said, paraphrase, the fact that everybody jumped to a map so quickly. In other words, they jumped to a map and they're looking for Walmart salt and they're using nothing but personal bias to try to solve these poems in an area where he knew, right? If Walmart salt, no matter where you pick it, people were picking the Continental Divide, up the peak of a mountain, whatever, right? You're going to be following water, obviously, right? So you name one piece of water anywhere in the Rocky Mountains that doesn't go into a canyon, right? They
Yeah.
all go into a fucking canyon. Every river, every creek, eventually they're going to go in a canyon and they're going to go downstream, blah, blah, blah. So he knew that. And people basically fuck themselves up by rushing, by trying to jump to a map before they even solve the poem.
Yeah. Well, a quick word to Wise Guy. You're not on a soapbox. You're just speaking your opinions, man, that you believe in. But I will say this, Wise Guy, you don't know Jack. Even though you might have read his bio and you think you know him, you really don't. No one really knows who anyone is. But not saying he's lying, but you're going off second. It didn't come from Forrest. It came from Jack that the blaze was damaged. Huh. And you're equating. I'm not getting down on you. I'm not dogging you. It's human nature. We all do this. Try to make leads where there's not because we have no foundation besides, what our own biases. But yeah, I never took anything Jack said. Matter of fact, that Medium article, I didn't believe Jack wrote it. I thought Forrest did. Forrest or Doug. Forrest. I won't bring Doug into. I think Forrest wrote it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, don't
Yeah.
bring Doug into it. You might be
no.
the next lawsuit.
I almost started to sit down, man. No, I don't want to feed the fucking wild bunch. No, retract, redirect,
Yeah,
read that.
you're right, Street. I mean, the broken blaze that cracks me up because Forrest Fenn never, ever, ever, ever said that there was a broken blaze. Ever.
Well, think about it. Think just logically. Put everything aside. Goddamn people. Do you think Forrest, a man of his wisdom and natural abilities in nature, is going to pick a blaze that could be destroyed or damaged or moved? where all you got to do is find it and look down quickly? I don't think so. A
No.
fucking tree, get out of here, man. You know how many fires? No. A rock, even that? No. No.
Yeah, you know why he used Yellowstone? I think two reasons. One, gets you to Wyoming. Two, he knew that in the Rocky Mountains, the safest place basically to send a flatlander is to a national park. They're gonna have a good
And have
vacation.
babysitters to have
Yeah,
structural
they're not gonna
babysitters.
get
Yeah.
hurt. They got rangers there. As long as they stay on the trail, they're pretty much safe. I'd rather have them there than walking around in the wilderness. That's why he did it. Simple as that. There's just no way. I mean, like you're saying, the government would have went after him because of all the money they spent on rescues. They would have went after him, and they would have went after Jack. And you would have seen redacted information in there. You wouldn't see Jack's name, but it would have been redacted. And it's
Yeah.
only a misdemeanor crime. They wouldn't have went to jail for it.
No.
But you
You would have been
certainly would have
fined.
known. But she came out, Sarah Davis, and incidentally, I'll bring up the wheel again. That whole area by the wheel, including Five Springs campgrounds, is maintained by the National Park Service. So the whole big, even the Bighorn Reservoir, the whole area there, and the one over by Cody is also maintained by Sarah Davis. So it took her 2 weeks to go to the location. If it was in Yellowstone, it would take her 2 hours to go anywhere. Why did she have to wait 2 weeks to go investigate the spot? Because it wasn't in the fucking park. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Dow admitted that, which I never heard him say in front of him. I got to find out where he said it because he did say it. And so did Toby, as a matter of fact. Toby goes, "Yeah, it don't make any sense." Toby said, "There's no way it was in Yellowstone."
Dad was on somebody's live not too long ago.
Oh, Toby?
Nah, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know what that Dow pissed me off because of what he did with the audio. I don't know why he did that. I'm still baffled. I don't know why he would do that unless it was fully intentional to set Cynthia up.
Yeah. I honestly, I think you were like collateral. You weren't in his thoughts. I think Cynthia was his main objective. I do believe.
Yeah. But
I
how the
think.
fuck did they know I was going to get that and up with that audio?
Well, if Cynthia was a target, she had the information. She turned around and tried to do the same thing to you.
Well,
Honeypot
I
check.
think what she tried to get me to do was say the names of the two women that he talks about.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I meant by the honeypot. He used the honeypot on her, and she tried to use the honeypot on you.
Right, because that was when she came out with that shit. I'm gonna all hell's gonna break loose. I'm gonna come out with the sex capades, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
That was her intention. She was gonna release that audio, and she didn't. She thought I would do it. But it was interesting because she never gave me that audio. I didn't even ask for it. But she told me who the women were. But K Pro and her buddies did hear that audio, and that's what annoyed me. That why would Dal do that? And and Zoe and them and Carl and they admitted that it was real. But it was out of their control. They don't own the audio. Dow did. But they own the binder, the 2.0, that shit, all that stuff went down where Dow had to remove it from his website.
yeah.
But they told me that Dow is not working with the Fenn family, has nothing to do with the estate at all. So in other words, what I got at, so she said you have to take it up with Dow, and Dow wouldn't talk to me. I think Dow originally was a nice guy, and I think he just kind of maybe got disenfranchised because he thought there was going to be something in the end for him. And I don't mean the treasure chest. I mean, I thought that he thought something more would happen, and it didn't.
Well, think about too all the I know personally for me speaking up and having a voice and an opinion I stand behind and aren't afraid to face someone and tell my opinion. Um, it's it probably got it's not. Can you imagine the hate he got thrown at him? Damned if he do and damned if he don't type shit. I'm not like justifying him, but yeah, I can understand. He's like, fuck you. And once again, like to add what you said, shit, I thought I'd have a month more, and I ain't gonna put up with this shit for nothing.
Well, Dow and I talked years ago. I mean, we had a lot in common. I never met him in person, but I talked to him about when I was a programmer and I worked on the Amiga and the 3D software and the stuff I was doing with the video toaster and stuff like that. So he was definitely familiar with all that stuff because that's what he did for a living in his video company. But I just got that goofy guy pissed me off, and I didn't get along with Dal for that reason. But I don't know what happened with that. It's just really really weird because like I never used my real name in the community, and he used my real name, and he knows I only had two partners, not 10. And the supervisor comment, like I said, that was because of a comment I made to him in 2017. I said I feel like a supervisor in an email that he didn't reply to. And I'm disabled, not crippled. But I think that's just an age thing. Like older people refer to as being a cripple. But it's just really odd that he would do. There's so many other guys in the chase that he could have picked. He could have picked Jason or Dow or millions of Sean Dotson, all these people that he met, and he didn't. And
Well,
it's almost as if he planned that fucking audio to get out like that. How would he possibly have known? Because it wasn't, you know what I mean? It's like really weird.
yeah.
Really, really
Well,
weird.
um, Wise
Might be
guy
psychic.
mentions Dell used a fake name, didn't he? So what does Forrest do? He uses him to boat the chase. Well, I think that was part of the full color page ad. He was trying to ingratiate, and that came out in Moby Dickens. What's that, 2013, 14? But he was
13,
trying to
yeah.
ingratiate himself to Dow so he can associate him. He'd already picked Dow. I think that was just smoke. That's just a fabricated story Forrest and Dow came up with. He met, so then by Dale's waters run deep. I mean, shit, he starts out, the guy lied to me, and then he's like, oh, I found out oh my goodness, his waters run, and he starts building them up. I think that was, once again, that was just PR to ingratiate the community to go into Dow's website, personally. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he should have had his own website. And I mean, really, he should have had a forum, not a blog. I mean, there was nothing wrong with Dow personally, but the format that he used of a blog was not the proper format because you couldn't have a threaded discussion. In other words, you couldn't create a topic and then just keep replying to that topic and everything is right there for you to see. On Dow's site, you'd have to jump from forum to forum all over the place and try to track what people said. It was really difficult. And it
Well,
was
if you
hard to
remember,
carry on the conversation.
yeah, yeah. If you remember, he started out with Old Santa Fe Trading Company, and I'm almost positive if you look, it just got too much for him to do. Hell, he's a busy man. He's got other shit to do. He don't sit around and hang out on that. So I think he was looking forward to someone taking. That's why he didn't do it himself. He did do it himself in the beginning, but it just got too much. And then the emails and the interviews, it just got too much. So yeah, I Dal's a good choice, man. It had many good years, but yeah, the structure of it and all, it has its pros and cons. Like I said earlier, I like the fact that, in my opinion, they didn't let no one like step out. They kept everyone in line. Goofy would nuke your ass in the heart. It was strict. It run like boot camp, man. Which
Yeah.
for that, but for like what you were saying, yeah, I see people's frustration. But then again, who was going there for answers and who was going there to share, who was going there to share and try to get answers. And, it was just like a Zoom tonight. It's just a place to sit and argue opinions,
No, I
where,
think I think Forrest Fenn liked. Well, I know I emailed him, and I mean he replied to me when Jenny created her form in 2016, right? And I told Forrest, and I CC'd down. I'm like, thanks. Because I know he had something to do with. I'm not talking about Jenny mysteriouswritings.com. I'm talking about her forum that she made in 2016. So I said, thanks, Forrest. You finally got a good place that we can have a threaded discussion. And he goes, yeah, do me a favor and help her get it rolling, and let's not turn it into another chase chat. Because I think he liked the premise behind chase chat, right? He liked the fact that people can have threaded discussions, and it was better than Dow's. But all that shit happened with that website, Chase Chat,
yeah,
that he had to get away. And he tried Jenny, but Jenny was too thin skinned. She didn't have the skin to handle the rowdy people, basically. So that didn't work out. So that's where K-Pro came in with Thor. Because I think he was adamant. He really wanted to have a good website, but Thor wasn't the good site. In the end, we never really had a good one, um, unfortunately. But I think he was trying to get in that direction. And I don't know if that's part of the reason why Dal didn't like me. I don't, because I wasn't the only one that was having a problem with that and a problem with Goofy, you know.
Mm.
I wonder
Well,
who Goofy was, man. Who do you think that was?
I honestly thought it was Forrest. I just got the I don't know why, intuition. I have no like I just got a gut feeling. Wow, I think that's Forrest, man.
I thought it was Street.
It did come out once that they thought I think Dow said it or someone there, someone with credibility said they're out of Texas. And I think it even went as far as like throw to, oh, they're from Texas and it's a woman. It's like, no, man, that ain't a woman. That's a man. That's a man. I actually thought it, but it's interesting. Wise guy, you're like the only one talking in here. So how can we believe anything about Jack? All I'm saying, it doesn't matter who you think Jack is, was, where, what he did. In a legal realm, Jack Stoof found it in Wyoming. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to, I can't, no one can argue it. It's written in stone legally. Now, what I personally believe is a horse of a different color. Jack, if Forrest, which I think he wrote The Medium or was heavily involved in writing it, if he didn't write it all, he wasn't going to lose. He tried to think of everything. And if you read his story and his bio and get a feel of him, he had, plus he's lifetime military fighter pilot sitting in a cockpit by himself, redundancy. Redundancy not only in military, but in life. Plan A, B, C, always have an outlet. Always never be stuck, never be cornered, always have a way out, a redundant system. So to get back to the Jack, Street thinks it's why it was in Yellowstone and Jack. No, I've never said it was in Yellowstone ever. I've said it was in Wyoming since 2019. I never said it was my opinion. It was Yellowstone. No, there's no fucking way. So once again, Jack is people can argue to the blue in the face. It doesn't matter. Jack could have been a figment of Forrest's imagination. He's a real person. I'm not saying he's not, but he could have been created. He could have been a stand-in for someone else. He could have been a lot of things. But legally, it is what it is, and no one can argue it.
And
Jack, Wyoming.
if you believe all that stuff with Jack too, with the Condor, right? The Condor 2. The Condor 2, if you look at the summary, the summary of the guy that created put all the posts together and all that. So I got the PDF file somewhere. But he summarized at the end and he said it wasn't in Yellowstone. Because if you look in late 2019, Jack, if that is Jack, the Condor 2 told Forrest Fenn, I gave up on the Madison River. I'm going back to my original place that I had in 2018. So he ruled out fucking 9 Mile Hole right there. Boom. So why is it that they believe that the Condor 2 is Jack, but yet they don't listen to that one part where Jack said he left? You know?
Well, here's to take it one step further on that argument. Does it really matter? The family, the legal system acknowledged Jack. They acknowledged Wyoming. I mean, in part, yeah, the legal system, Wyoming. What it doesn't matter.
No, no, no,
Honestly.
no. It don't matter for that with that. But what I'm saying is they they shouldn't be allowed to associate Jack with 9 Mile Hole.
Oh no, but of course, well, that's their agenda. But the fact remains, the chase is over. The treasure was found as of June 6, 2020. Hope you keep looking for new discoveries.
Yep.
Now, the people that argue, no, he's lying. Well, you can say he's lying there, but he's never, all the rest of the story is true. What? How can you pick and choose? Just like you pick and choose what each of the clues were or where you ended up. You picked it. Forrest did. I love it when people said, yeah, for sure. This is where Forrest wanted to, this is it. I'm like, what? And then they make fun of me because I use the word very special spot. I've been using it for years. What were you looking for? When you read the poem, were you looking for a 12 by 12 inch or 10 by 10 bronze box out in the Rockies, or were you looking for his very special spot? And even Jack said it in the medium. It's something intimate, and how'd he word it? Strange and intimate to know a person's place where they want to die.
And
He
that's another
even,
funny thing. Could you imagine? I mean, this is going to sound gross, but could you imagine somebody dying where they think the chest was at 9 Mile Hall? How
yeah.
long do you think the body would last there? About 5 minutes before somebody's seen it? How long before it would be floating down to Madison, or a bear would take it and just fucking? I mean, come on, like,
I don't know the air currents in that area, but if it's across to where people's going, yeah, they're going to smell it within a couple, or see it.
yeah, I
Some
mean,
animal
there's fucking nothing. It's not
dragging.
secluded at all. Literally, people driving into the park can drive and see you there. It's just a complete fucking joke to me. To me, it's a smack in the face of Forrest Fenn's legacy. To
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
bad, that low, that the man based everything around brown trout fishing. Come on, man.
Well,
Well, hey, here's another funny one, Street, right? They just said he wanted to. Jack said that he found out where Forrest wanted to die. Well, in Yellowstone, when Forrest Fenn's coach Chauncey was dying, did he bring him to 9 Mile Hole? No. He brought him to Grebe Lake. When Forrest Fenn's father was dying, did he brought him to go fishing in Yellowstone? Did they go to 9 Mile Hole? No. They went to Grebe Lake. So why is it that Forrest Fenn will bring two people dying in his family, his coach and his father, bring him into Yellowstone, but didn't bring him anywhere near 9 Mile Hole? Brought him over to Grebe Lake, which is nowhere near it. Explain that
Mhm.
one to me. I don't get it.
well, I will say this: if there is a legacy here, the reason why, the purpose of all of this, if besides the adventure and all that, the self-reflection, blah blah, but like a legacy for Forrest, how silly is Cynthia and Justin going to look in that group when that comes out?
Yeah.
In other words, it's going to, if people aren't convinced, and there's many that's not, there's many, many, many people are convinced it's Yellowstone, 9 Mile Hole, Justin Posey, Rudy Green, Netflix, they're convinced. Perfect
Because
people
they've been
straight.
lied to. They've been lied
Well,
to. They don't know they're looking at a Benetti chest. The lid, the whole fucking deal, the whole thing what Rudy and Cynthia did was all based around the fake Benetti chest.
I've sat and watched the Netflix series, the 3 part, with someone that's not familiar with the chase, never heard of Forrest, knows nothing about my participation in it, nothing. And at the end of them, the question, it's like, well, shit, you think it was yellow? Oh yeah, right there. They were convinced it was Yellowstone because of Netflix.
Yeah, and they ask them if they were in the chase. I mean, if they were people that were in the chase, ask them anything about Justin Posey pre-fine. Nobody even heard of the motherfucker. I think he went boots on the ground once, twice, whatever. They found the wrong fucking spot. The only reason why he got the chest because he bought it at an auction, and that
Yeah.
auction was fucking rigged because I knew people that would outbid him, and they were not accepting bids from anybody else. It was all fucking arranged.
Well, okay, if he's on the up and up and sincere, what the fuck was that video of Amy Seek and him crying when he's apologizing to community that he couldn't secure the chest? Remember Packer Jack? Do the right thing. Remember Packer Jack was the, I don't know why I'm an in between. I don't know why Jack picked me. Do the right thing, Jack.
Oh man, you guys are fucking mean.
Remember that? And
Yeah,
then all
hell
of a
yeah,
sudden,
hell yeah, I
Netflix
remember
come
that.
out, and here's Posey ear to ear at fucking auction house buying it. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to the fear for you and your family that you couldn't come through for the community? What happened to that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'll be right back. Hey man, there's Tim. Somebody got to come in here.
Yeah, somebody come in, man.
What's happening, Tim?
I can't
Tim,
see chat. Who is
Tim
that?
remembers the
ZR1?
wild. Tim
Is that
remembers the Wild Bunch days. Riding the prairie.
so? What's next, man?
For me, depends on
Yeah.
what Barbara and Bill say. I'm just hitching off, counter attacking what they attack on me. That's my game plan. Sticking to
Man.
it. It's what a pathetic life I leave. Grumpy old man.
I mean, somebody's got to do it, man.
Someone's got to, damn it.
I thought Bill would hop on here. I wish he would hop on here so I know he's okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'll circle back. I got the same vibe. I got the same vibes. If you go back and look, his cheeks get real fucking embarrassed, which and the way his demeanor changes, it was like I got like, oh shit, look out, fuck.
I don't know. Bill's a pretty big boy, man. He might fuck dude up. I don't know.
Yeah, still, who wants to fight, especially if you're 68? Hell, I'm 63. I don't want to get in a fight.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't even
right.
want to.
I don't.
I'm
I don't.
scared. I'm
Yeah,
scared of falling down, Steve. I might break a hip, man. Let
yeah. I
alone get in
don't.
a fight.
I used to like that. I don't want to fight. I hate that shit. I mean, it's fucking stupid, man. If you think about it.
Yeah, think about. I've said it many a times. I grew up with bullies, 60s, 70s. Yeah, you're gonna beat my ass, but you ain't changing my opinion. So what are you accomplishing? You're stronger than me. Okay.
Yeah.
And if they continued, I'd be that dirty motherfucker. I'll get you, man. I'll fuck you up when you don't even see it. Fighting ain't fair. You started it,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, yeah. That's how I got a clean sucker punch, man. I like to get off first, man. But I'm
Oh,
getting
fuck
too
you.
old for that. I'm getting too old for that shit.
Well, they all could say, "Oh, that's not it's dirty." I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's war. You started it with me. I don't come up and hit anybody. You started it and wanted to fuck with me and beat my ass. Well, I'll crack you over the fucking head when you don't expect it and beat the fuck out of you when you're down. It's the last time you'll fuck with me. It's stupid. I never agreed with it, but that's the world. Hell, we're about the same age. That's the world we grew up in, man.
Yeah, I'm getting too old for that shit.
I was never into it, man. I tried to use my brain.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I used to like it.
Well, it's the world and mindset, man. If you're in that type of a world, yeah, you're going to try to be the best of the world in that world you are, right? It's natural.
But when you think back on it, it's just. I mean, if you got to, you got to now, you know. But
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If life threatening, fuck yeah. Oh, of
mm,
course. There's no talking. It's do or die. But just because someone said something hurt your feelings, nah, nah. I'll go as far as to I know it's the big one, but sleep with your woman or wife. What? So you're going to go? Hell, he done fucked your wife, man. What the fuck? You going to beat him up so he don't do it again? Fuck.
yeah, and that
Better
shit.
off. I mean, in my opinion, is fuck it. I'll leave. You can have her, man. I ain't going to defend her. Go ahead. You got her. She wanted it.
Yeah.
You fucked her. Go ahead. You take her. I'll get another one.
And I used to get my ass whooped until I learned how to fight. Like it took me like a good 10 ass whoopings before I really learned how to fight.
Yeah, like anything in life, man.
Yeah. And I
And
got
it's
fucked up. I don't have my jaw wired shut. I don't have my nose broke. I done fucked up my orbital bone.
damn.
Man. Hey, Steve, could you do me a favor?
I
I'm
don't
I'm
know. It
pulling up on
depends on
Fenn.
what
I'm
it
pulling up on the estate right now. Could you open the gate from Fenn's house?
is. It's open, man. It's open.
All right, man. I'll be in there.
Bring some
Oh shit! I
cigarettes.
forgot we were live. I didn't want people to know that you got the house. Bill Gorman will be coming after you.
Well, he can have it. I would let Bill. I
Tim.
would. I would let Bill move in if I owned it.
Tim. Been on since like 8 p.m. Like 2.5 hours. I will say, I went back and watched the beginning of Bill's. Holy shit! Was you there in the beginning, Steve?
Uh, now I don't know.
Were you there when he said, "Oh, Steve, you must have not been here in the beginning"?
See, I missed that part too.
He
Because
was saying you
I
and
didn't say
I are
nothing. I was just leaving laughing emojis because I thought I was always blocked on his channel.
Nah, he was saying you and I, you're sucking my dick and we're fucking each other, man. We're lovers and live together. He went off for like a minute on us, and then
On
that's
me,
why he laughed. I
on
was
me,
not.
on me and you.
Yeah, he said me and you.
Oh
He's like,
damn.
oh, and Steve climbs up there sucking Street's dick and ass. They must be lovers. And I was busted a nut when I fucking lived. I was like, God damn,
You know,
Bill.
I ain't see that part. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't give a fuck, but I didn't see that part.
Well, shortly afterwards, I seen you laugh. I'm like, oh shit, Steve thinks it's funny too. But I'm blocked. I couldn't put nothing. But yeah, I would have put a laugh too, like, oh shit, here we
No,
go.
I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing at somebody that popped into his chat.
Yeah, to each their own, but it's okay for other people to give crude, slanderous fucking opinions of me. But God forbid I
How
give my
how was
verbal
how
opinion of
was I,
them.
Street? How was
Huh?
I? How
What?
was I? I said, I,
I've had better, man. I've had better.
oh damn, man. Damn, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm gonna practice on a banana and I'll get better next time, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that shit don't. You know, I done heard all that crazy shit being locked up. That shit don't phase me,
Well,
man.
Bill forgets I grew up in that generation. It's a generation we're talking about, a manly man, and the way to get down on someone back in Bill's in my was, oh, you faggot mother, you degrade them, you sexually fucking try to humiliate them, and they used to do it jokingly to each other, the jocks. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck? I have
yeah.
never in my life felt like telling a man, I mean, besides joking, I mean, like, what the fuck is that? Like locker room talk. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people, man?
Yeah, I didn't know he said it. I wouldn't have done nothing but laughed anyway. But,
Yeah. Well, I was laughing, man.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just all over it's on the internet, man. You know,
Yeah.
I don't I doubt he would say it to my face. You know,
Well, even if I'd laugh even if he said it to my face. I'm like, God damn, Bill, is that all you think about is my
nah,
ass and
I
sucking
think
dick and shit?
I would take it different if he said I was sucking dick to my face. I would take it different.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take it
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I'm taking it like this motherfucker's so desperate. He's fucking saying, it's like, God damn, all you think about is sucking dick and ass. My dick and my ass. What the fuck, Bill? Leave me alone, man.
Yeah, but the odds of me and him ever seeing, I mean, I ain't got no problem with Bill.
Nah, me neither. Bill and I hung out for
I didn't even say
years.
nothing. I didn't even say nothing about him. All I did was laugh about the shit because I thought it was funny.
Troy remembers it. He's been around. Bill and I's been, he'd come on mine. I'd go on his live. Trust and I was on his live, and Davy B was on his live all the time for like 2, 3 years. And then one day I'd had enough of his negativity and blaming everybody. And on a live show, I said, I disagree with you. And I told him why, how ridiculous and his view is. And he ever since then he's been on my ass hard. Like I hurt his feelings so bad because I disagreed with him. It's like, wow, man, you need to toughen up. You're too sensitive, man. Anyone that disagrees with him or he don't get his way, he freaks the fuck out and goes off on him. I mean, I'm not crying. Once again, I said it earlier. Bill has, I went through, I categorized, man, here a couple days ago. I'm like, I'm just curious. He's done more videos and songs about me than Forrest. And it's all about my ass and sucking dick. And it's like, God damn. Or I'm the devil. And it's like, fuck.
Now you might be the devil. He might be right about that.
Yeah, speaking about trusted, man, I miss talking to him. I mean, he blocked me, so I can't even like apologize to him or nothing, man. But, I mean, him and I fell out like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I haven't really talked to him since. Um, but we used to talk a lot on Discord and stuff. I mean, I shut my Discord server's gone. I mean, it's there, but nobody's there, right? I don't use it anymore. But I miss talking to Trusted. A lot of interesting things that would be talked about. I used to like listening, like I said, to you and Candy and Trusted back in the day. It's some
Yeah.
really
And
good
once again,
discussions.
It was people take it because you don't agree with their opinions of the poem, which no one does. They took it so fucking personal. We're just talking.
No, no, Trusted had nothing to do with the poem. I mean, Trusted actually liked my song. He don't believe it, but he liked it. It didn't have nothing to do with that. It was something else.
I like the wheel because it goes with my the metaphorical dream. Yeah, I like the wheel Native American.
Yeah,
I
no, it
like.
had nothing to do with that though. That wasn't the problem. But I mean, like I said, I miss listening. I mean, he could come on here now. I would get off if he doesn't if he came on. I used to like listening to you and Trusted and Candy back
Yeah.
in the day when you would talk about San Lazaro and all that stuff. It was really interesting stuff, and the perspective that he has on other languages and translating and stuff like that. And who's that guy? That Louis guy, where we found that guy in New Mexico that found that obelisk up by Taos Peak, Wheeler Peak on Taos Mountain.
He was on my
Anyway,
live.
I forgot what the guy's name, Louis something. Him and me and Trusted were trying to talk to the guy, but basically, Trusted had some really good ideas about it, and then the guy Louis didn't want to hear it. I guess I don't know, so he blew us off.
Well, yeah, unless you go along with someone's path of thought and like substantiate it, agree with it, yeah, it creates friction and it's just thoughts, it's just ideas, opinions. I mean, here's another thing. Well, I'm picking on Bill, even Barb. Oh, Street thinks he's a philosopher. Yeah, I do. The definition of philosopher is a deep thinker. Yeah, I'm not superficial. When I think about things, I dive deep. If I'm real interested, I'll dive as deep as I can. Hold my breath and dive as deep as I fucking can. That's how you find shit out. So yeah, um, it's just exchange of opinions. I used to enjoy the marathons. Hell, it was like 2, 3 times a week we used to go live back in the day, man, and
I
just
remember
talk.
that guy when I did a video about Amelia Earhart, right? What I did was I knew that that guy was into celestial navigation, right? The guy that was her navigator when she was lost at sea. And I believe that Forrest used some of that at the wheel or the sun as the radial, the solstice, sunrise, and all that, and leads. That's kind of what Amelia Earhart's navigator was doing. Anyway, one of the first things I noticed about Amelia Earhart is her plane went missing right at the equator. Well, not exactly, but near the equator and the international date line. Right. In other words, if you go to 180 degrees from Greenwich Village, you go 180 west. Once you hit 180 west, it starts counting back down to zero again because now you're on the eastern hemisphere, right? So the way you do the math with the longitude and latitude stuff changes. So when he was pulling azimuths and stuff like that of the stars that he could see, he would factor all that in. But if you make one little mistake, it'll throw you off by a lot, right? And it's interesting that it happened at that spot. Anyway, that guy found my video and he sent me like private man. He was like, I've been working on this shit for fucking years. And I'm like, well, maybe you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I told him, I mean, he didn't want to hear anything. He had his theory and this is where it was. And this is where her ship was, her plane was found. And it's like 250 miles south of the equator in the southern hemisphere. And I'm like, I think you're wrong. And I mean, they were flying in the fucking storm. How are you gonna do celestial navigation when you can't see any fucking stars? And what I did is, and I don't think this guy had the brains to do any of that. I went. There's a celestial program out there that you can enter any date and any location on the earth. Okay, and you can go back and relive that time. So what I did is I went back in time to the exact day that she disappeared, and I put myself right where the last place they had that they lost contact with her. And I looked out the window. In other words, what did the sky look like? Where was the moon? Incidentally, where the moon was, it would have been high tide or low tide. I'm sorry. And in that area where she went down, there's a lot of reefs. It's really dangerous water. They can't even have ships going there because you'll run aground. Well, the difference between high and low tide could be 3 or 4 feet of water. It'll go down, right? So those reefs look like islands when you're in an airplane. And I believe that they thought they were heading towards the right place when they came out of the clouds. And then they got close enough and they realized it's not an island, it was a fucking reef. By the time they got there, she was already flying at low altitudes. You're going to run low on fuel. So she started doing a north and south pass, but she was already too far off the mark because they were using what they call dead reckoning. But you can't use dead reckoning when you're in the fucking clouds and in the storms. So anyway, my idea, I came up with an exact spot where I think she went down. And this guy got so mad, man, because he's like, I've been working on this since like 1980, you know? And I said, well, you should have figured it out by now. I don't know, but he didn't think about any of the stuff I was saying. Like, did you ever go back and look at what was in the sky? What star would you use to navigate if you were him? So I looked into it further and I found out what this guy is all about. It turns out that I think it was Delta Airlines. I forgot who the fuck it was. Whatever airline company sponsored Amelia Earhart. What they were using, they put that guy on there to navigate, and they were trying to come out and tell the world that it's safe to travel across the Pacific Ocean. So they were going to say that this guy did it with celestial navigation. Well, obviously it all fell apart. She was lost at sea. They died, right? So it didn't work. So they're trying to put the blame on Amelia Earhart when it was really the navigator's fault. And the navigator was under pressure from the airline company to make it work. And the fucker must. How are you going to do celestial navigation when you're in the complete dark and clouds? How
Yeah.
the fuck are you going to see any star in the sky, right?
I've watched a recent documentary last, I don't know, 5, 6 years or earlier, but um, the theory was she crashed, like, I think it's near the Marshall Islands. It was Japanese occupied, and she was thinking it was that other island. Anyhow, the picture of a dock and a woman sitting there and a guy, and then they ended up going to a concentrate or a POW camp on another island that the Japanese owned and had the concentrate. And they found in the safe documents of during World War II of Amelia Earhart's papers and ID and shit.
Yeah, they found a bunch of weird shit. They found there's some islands out there that they have natives that never seen like an airplane and shit. And like they would think like some god is flying over or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
but anyway, they described the plane and their sighting coincides with the ship that they radioed to that was keeping track of them. And then eventually lost track of them. But they lost track of them right after she passed over the international date line in the equator. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think he fucked up. I think that when they came out of the clouds, he literally had no fucking idea where they were. And they
yeah.
went down to a low altitude and because the water levels were low from the tide, they mistaken a reef as an island. And then when they got closer on the airplane, they realized, oh fuck, that ain't an island. Because if you look at, I think it was called Howland or whatever.
Yep, Howland Island. Yep, yep.
Right. Now go on the map and look at Howland Island, right? And go directly south about 200 miles, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you look at the ocean depth, there's all kinds of reefs out there. And they're only like if you were able to you could walk in the ocean there, basically. They're only about a foot under the water. So if the water levels went down 3 feet because of the tide, you could mistake some of these reefs as fucking islands when you're in an airplane. And
And
I
let's
think when they
let's
did that,
add the fact that they're under pressure, man. The fuel, they're going to fucking, they got to do it or crash land. So yeah, I agree with you. I think he was Nolan, Frank Nolan, or was that his
Frank
name?
Nolan, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he was guessing, man. And you can't blame him. He was plus
No,
add
but they're trying
stress
to
on
blame
top.
Amelia Earhart, and it really because she fucked up on the radio. She wasn't that good with the radio, whatever. But I blame it on him. And really, I don't know if it was American Airlines or whatever. If you look into it, you'll see that they were sponsoring her flight because they wanted to make a big deal out of it. Look, they followed, without using any instrumentation. They'd use just the stars to navigate. And it failed because the stars ain't going to help you at all when you can't see outside the fucking window. Make
Yes.
common sense. You would think you're going to, in a storm, how the fuck are you going to use celestial navigation? You can't see anything. No moon, no stars. And in the southern hemisphere, they don't have like the equivalent of Polaris. They'll use like what the fuck is it? It's at the wheel. It's actually represented. Fomalhaut. Fomalhaut. Davy B probably knows about Fomalhaut. There's a star that they'll use for navigation in the shipping lanes in the southern hemisphere, and that's one of the stars. But he couldn't see anything, so you know,
Well, like coming out of and doing the celestial navigation, coming out, blah blah, kind of reminds me of solving Forrest Finn's poem, beginning with "Warm Water's Halt." I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, fucking guessing, man. Have no fucking clue. Have no foundation to set on. Have no clue.
Well,
But it,
what's funny? I was talking to Ricky Nowak about this years ago, and he was telling me that guy that lives in Jackson, the rich guy that Forrest Fenn knew, he was Amelia Earhart, like he was crazy about her. Forrest even talks about it in the book. And Ricky was telling me that his wife, if you had a good enough place and you could prove where you think it was, they would actually pay for them to go look, the people to go to look there. Like it would come out of his money he set aside for trips like that. Not for me, they wouldn't pay me. What I'm saying is they would pay whoever, if you had a solid evidence of where you thought it was, they would, and they believed you, they would cover the investigation.
crazy.
But
Well, a
I
little
told
more
Ricky, I'm like, no, I'm not into it that much. I don't, But
off.
I was talking to Ben about it too, about DB Cooper, because DB Cooper could have used the equivalent to celestial navigation in the plane when because they had all the lights off. So there was no ambient light in the plane. He could see all the fucking stars, the moon, everything, and he could kind of figure out where he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before he jumped out. I don't know
Well,
if he,
a bit off topic here. Davy B mentions the 250th anniversary. I remember I've reflected on it here recently, man. I was 13 years old at the bicentennial, 1976. I was 13, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm 63. I remember the shit I was doing the summer I had in 76, the bicentennial. Remember that?
yeah, I remember that. That was cool.
It was everywhere. All summer. It started like, man, I think it started but I remember summer. Everywhere you went was bicentennial. Pops had bicentennial. Everything was bicentennial.
Yeah.
200 bicentennial. Shit. Now it's 250. It's like, God damn. I just blinked. Hell, I just went to sleep for a minute, man. Where the fuck all the time go? Damn.
Yeah, man.
Quick. Quick.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. That's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Davy B mentioned it's like, yeah, man, I've been reflecting on that. Hell, Davy B was alive, 76. He remembered, well, I'm sure he wasn't into American history like he is now, but I'm sure I'll guarantee he heard about it in Australia, America's bicentennial. The whole world heard about it. They advertised everywhere.
Sure. You gonna do anything? You got any plans? Barbecue or anything?
Yeah, the typical 4th of July thing. Cookout, family, fireworks, county fair. County fair throws, it's always during the 4th of July, the Marion County Fair, and they'll do the fair, and then the fireworks will be like the finale of the week-long county fair. Yeah.
Yeah, Davey B's talking about it now. Yeah, it's interesting because Davey B probably knows a lot about that because I mean that's in his part of the fucking world. I mean, it's pretty close to Australia where she took off from. I forgot the name of the fucking island. It's east of Australia, but I forgot the name of it. But Davy B, it's probably talked about all the time down there.
Well, what I remember when I first I'd heard about it, but I never really thought about it. Talking to Davy B, and we go by the northern hemisphere, and the celestial goes by the North Star. In the South, they go by the Southern Cross. I
Yep.
never thought. I'm like, what? I never thought about that. Shit, if you are on the, all of my thinking is Northern Hemisphere, and the more I've talked and listened to people, you and I's thinking is Northern Hemisphere based. His is the total opposite. Southern,
Yep.
they go by the Southern Cross.
Yep. But
I
the
think,
Southern Cross ain't like Polaris. Polaris is literally almost right where it should be. They don't have an equivalent star in the Southern Hemisphere that's directly over the pole.
yeah, yeah, they don't have a north, but their guidance is through the Southern Cross. They call it.
Yeah, the Southern Cross. But I mean, I think Fomalhaut may be part of the Southern Cross. If not, I mean, I think they use more than one star, is what it comes down to. But the point is that they took off in the Southern Hemisphere. They headed northeast, but then they flew into clouds and there's complete darkness. But if he's hoping that they'd be flying at night, they could see the stars, but you ain't gonna see anything when you're flying in the fucking clouds. And the plane wasn't powerful enough to go above the clouds. And if they flew below the clouds, they'd use more fuel, and they would probably crash. They wouldn't make it. So they were kind of fucked that they were in the clouds. And then all of a sudden, could you imagine the navigator when they came out of the clouds and seen the sun rising? And he probably looked through his sight because he was using a sextant. Looked through the sextant, and the fucking sun ain't where he expected it to be. He knew he was fucked. And I believe that they were south of the equator when that happened. And I think that they thought they flew over the equator, and they didn't. They were still south of the equator, and they were flying over all the reefs out there.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
it's similar to that Lost Squadron of World War II fighters down in Florida area that went through the Bermuda Triangle,
Oh
Squadron
yeah,
18
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Same thing, man. They lost their instruments. Fuck, even in the day they couldn't navigate. They had no fucking clue. It's all water, man. And they're going what, 300 miles an hour?
yeah.
1 degree, and holy shit. I saw a special on that. Basically the same thing as Amelia, trying to find out where the fuck some think they actually made it back to like in Georgia because
Huh.
of like the radio transmission, something about the radio transmission. He mentions land and this and that. Yeah, it's the same way, flying blind. They had the instruments, the technology for instruments, but shit, magnetic, something fucked them up. They lost control. They had no fucking clue flying. People, it's not like roads, like, oh shit, I'll stop and turn around and back up. No, man, the sky.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to DBB about a lot of that stuff that we talked about because he would have a different perspective. Because, like, I always wonder, how was Australia even discovered, right? Because where did they get
Think
boats from? How the fuck?
Cook.
And the other thing
Listen to
is,
Cook.
how the fuck did they get from Australia to Hawaii, and then let alone there? How the fuck did they discover the Easter Island? Where they put those big fucking heads, the big monuments in there? How the fuck did they do that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how did all that shit happen? And I read some shit about what they believe. I don't know if the Australians all believe this, but they think that a lot of the natives that were in the waters back then in their canoes were able to tell the current. They could follow the current and follow like schools of fish and shit like that, and they knew how to navigate like that somehow. And
Then
I'm just curious what Davy's perspectives on that.
That's some Aquaman shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but
the oceanographic currents all over the world, man. You can hop on it, and that's why after tsunamis in Japan, shit washes up on shore years later in Northern America and the Northeast, Oregon, Washington, up in Canada. That's the oceanic
wow, it
current.
goes that far.
Yeah, yeah. I
Wow.
remember there's a thing out, they kept finding shoes with like skeleton feet in them, washing up on Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, Victoria Island, all throughout. Like I think there was dozens of them. Just a fucking running shoe with a skeleton foot in it, one at a time. Men's, women's, different size. They were like, "What the fuck? We got a serial killer?" come to find out, they traced it. It was from a tsunami in Japan that happened years before. That the
Wow,
oceanographic current took it that fucking far.
man.
Crazy, man. Now think about it. If they're out there, rather people knew about it, but I'm with you. It seemed and like Hancock, Graham Hancock, it seems to me there was some race of people way right around even before the small ice age and all that, whatever they call it, the mini ice age, that knew all these things. Now, this isn't something like one day someone says, "Oh shit, I think it's a current. Let's follow." No, you had to. These is years upon years of devout research and technology to discover a lot of these things, Troy. A lot.
Yeah, you remember because they had this theory up until the 2000s, actually, about the Clovis first. And then they discovered when the Clovis people got here through the ice, they came across the barrier up north, whatever, they come down. And then they discovered there was already fucking people here. And those are the people that are living in the pueblos or living in the mountain cities in Ohio. There was already an established trade network. All this shit was going on when these motherfuckers arrived here. They were not the first people here. So the question is, how did they get here? And they were like, oh, they came along the California coast. I don't think so. I think somehow they came from like the West, maybe from Australia or New Zealand or something, and went east somehow. I don't know how. I mean, there's a lot of fucking ocean there. How the hell
Well,
do you navigate
here's
that?
we know this from for a fact from what we've uncovered so far. The oldest traces of human species is Africa. The oldest like skeletons they've dug up close to us and us is in Africa. So we know it came out of that general area. But you got that Pangaea. If it all started when it was one solid mass of land on Earth, and think about how many people would die and it's separated, and that's where the distinct colors, beliefs, religions. But isn't it unusual? Well, no, it's not. It's very interesting, compelling. Every single culture on American or on the world, no matter what land you're on, believe in a God, has stories about the God, has stories about floods, the God's coming from the sky. It's all the same fucking story with different names. Isn't that odd?
Yep. And Kiwi, man, Pangea, Kiwi. That that's one thing when we were talking about the
Hey,
earlier, the Appalachian.
Tell Kiwi to come on here, man.
Yeah, Kiwi, come on. The Appalachians, are
If you
older,
don't come
way
on here,
older
just
than the
ignore it.
Rocky Mountains. The Appalachians used to be 28,000 feet high.
They're the oldest mountain range on Earth.
Right.
The oldest.
They existed in Pangea. So the East Coast is basically Pangea. I
Yeah.
mean, pretty much. The
Yeah.
Rockies is not. The Rockies is young. That was pushed up from the continental plate on the West Coast.
Yeah. Hundreds of millions of years after Appalachians.
Yep. Yep. The Appalachians already eroded. They were 28,000 feet high.
Well, once again, I'm not. Of course, you got the species in there, and all they're going by and judging their opinions are the skeletons they find. They carbon date them, dinosaur, ice age, this, catastrophes, blah 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 blah. But it just and after they found that place in Turkey, what the fuck's that name? Gobi Tepe.
Yeah.
That dates back 12. It dates back to the fucking ice age. That's no, like Graham Hancock, the special he says, there's no way. You have to build up to this type technology. According to the records that the world and archaeology could present, we were hunter gatherers. We were just fucking stupid hunter gatherers, had no civilization, no organization. And here where they find something that dates back to the fucking ice age saying, God damn, look what they were fucking building. And they buried it. That's it's the only one they ever found that they can conclude. Now they purposely buried all these fucking this whole area. They buried all the temples. What?
That's the nice thing about North America and probably South America too. It was untouched land. So you had all these people over in Europe and over in Africa, right? They didn't even have any idea what the fuck was over here. They got here and there was already fucking natives here. So like Steve used to talk about this all the time. Well, I think that a lot of them, the mound culture that Steve talks about a lot, they existed way before I think way before. I think they established trade with the people that were coming up, or either that or they went west and had trade routes along the Ohio River, down the Mississippi, and over towards New Mexico and all that shit. I think all that was established long before the fucking glaciers receded. I
Well,
really do.
speaking of how mountains, like the Appalachians, how they've deteriorated over the years, think about it. If there's like a mass flooding, there's already civilized, technological, advanced race of people on the planet, which is evident because right after the ice age, boom, we're right back. There was no learning curve. We're right back to fucking having shit that they shouldn't, building shit they shouldn't, in a time frame they shouldn't. That kind I agree with Graham Hancock. There was something, but think about it. If we're going back 30, 40,000 years, fuck, it ain't nothing they built, even if they built it with rock, is unrecognizable now. It's probably all deteriorated or been built upon. Like
Or
most
like in Mexico or Central America, it's under the ground, it's under the water.
Yeah, well, here's another thing they found in Central and South America. All the temples in like what is that one in Mexico City? Starts with a T. Teotihuacan, however you spell. They built it on top of an existing. They think there's three different three different stages, and the one in Teotihuacan or whatever the name of it, right in by Mexico, it's it is the largest mass pyramid on the planet,
Wow.
and it's older than the fucking pyramids.
Didn't they say the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America? Excuse me.
Yeah,
That was created by a meteor.
right off the Yucatan Cozumel. That's where
Yep.
they built. That's where
Yeah, that's
the
where they
Mayans
found that
built.
girl, that 14,000 year, didn't it like a 10,000-year-old girl down in a cave or some shit underwater
It's in
cave?
those. What do they call the water things? They have
Uh-huh.
cenotes. Yeah. So yeah, these things aren't by accident. They archaeological and what I was taught in school. These were ignorant fucking hunter gatherers, no culture, no civilization, and yet we have Mayas, Incas, and Aztecs has millions upon what 3 4 million fucking citizens, 100,000, 10,000 population in cities, 100,000 in Mexico. What? That sounds pretty fucking civilized to me. Had running water, sewer systems.
Yep.
Ah, once
Yeah,
again,
it's crazy.
history proves it's a learning curve. You have to, to build. No one like you and I, or any of us, none of us carpenters, to build a house. We're going to have to learn through our mistakes, man. We just don't, oh, okay, I'm going to build me a fucking house and
See,
do it.
that's where I think Forrest Fenn comes in to get back to Forrest. I think when Forrest Fenn says we're going to change Southwest history, what he's talking about was that most of the documentation that we have is based on the Spanish conquistadors when they came here. But I think that the Spanish were lying to the fucking king in Spain, and they were coming here and they were raping the women, trying to steal the gold. Oh, here's one for the king, two for me. All kinds of shit was going on. They're not going to tell the king what's really happening. But I think that the Pueblo culture were smart, and they really misled the Spanish, and they send them on wild goose chases for the Holy Grail. Go here, no, it's here and here. And the Indians had all this shit. I think Forrest Fenn knows something he discovered in the documents that he said he found in that chest. I think he's got something that might contradict what the Spanish have been telling us all along. That would
Yeah,
be fucking
yeah.
cool as
Those
hell out
five
there.
keys. Yeah.
Yep. Come on, you know the Spanish were lying to the king. They had, but they're not going to be telling. A lot of the stuff they did here, including slavery that the Spanish did here, that was illegal, I think, in Spain at the time. And they were doing all kinds of crazy shit. They would go to the Pueblo and tell them if you don't go to fucking church, or if you don't put out a certain amount of meat, corn, put it out. They put like a little trough, and if you didn't put the food out there for the Spanish guy to come around and collect it, they would make an example out of you.
Well, I think it's important to note when talking about the Spaniards, they did all that with the sanction and approval of the Catholic Church. They did it in the name of an invisible God.
Yeah.
Can't
Well,
say.
I mean, and imagine being able to go back and saying they didn't find anything. As a matter of fact, they got their ass kicked and they were forced down the fucking Rio Grande and the hell out of the country until they came back in, like 10 years after the 1680 revolt. They came back in the 1691, 92, something like that. And by that time, then they found it easier to convert a lot of the Indians over to Catholicism. Interesting
What's up?
stuff, and that's another thing that Kiwis here. I
What's up,
think
Kiwi?
What's
there
up,
might be
Kiwi?
ties to the El Padre mine and what Forrest Fenn discovered up the Rio Grande, because I think that the documentation that Forrest Fenn discovered was destined to go down the Rio Grande to where the Los Padre mine is, because that's where the Spanish kept all the documents. They would bring it down and put it there, but because the revolt happened, they were forced out before they get all the documentation.
Yeah, well, think about it. They're not going to take all the incriminating evidence because the king ain't going to go over there and see it. They're going to take the valuables first and foremost. And if you're running for your life, you're going to take the most valuable things. It's not all the bookwork and shit. So it makes sense. Those five keys in the chest and diaries they found and true stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would change
And he said they
Southwest.
were meticulous at creating records. They knew where all the fucking grizzlies were, where all how much corn they were getting, and blah blah blah. He's telling you right there what he found. By the way, Kiwi, you were muted before. I don't know if you were talking to us, but I'll
Yeah,
be right back.
he just showed the book. That's where Kiwi was looking for his stuff, right?
But they rate Metallica, or are you talking about like down there
The,
in Texas?
the one out there by in El Paso.
Yeah, that's following the conquistadors.
Yeah.
The bloodthirsty trail of God, their God, the invisible one.
Right? I mean, that if you think about it, the conquistadors they truly did use religion in their uh in their exploitation into the West. Well, I mean,
Control. Control.
but if you go back to medieval ages, you had the Crusades all based off of religion and stuff. So I mean, what's the grounding power of religions? Some of it is the power over or influence over people and influence over wealth to make the church bigger and better,
Yeah.
right?
What I always found interesting, Kiwi, is America was the first to separate church and state, but yet everything is in God we trust. God, they put a Bible, their hand on a Bible. You didn't separate. If the president puts his hand on the Bible to take the oath of office, that's church and state joining hands. Don't blow smoke up my ass and say you separated. No, you haven't.
Yeah,
How many politicians have you heard campaign and win an election saying, I don't believe in an invisible Christian God? I think it's a joke. I think it's a fairy tale. None. None say it. None. Rather they believe it or not, they go within God we trust. God bless America.
yeah.
Sounds like you guys are holding hands. You ain't separating church and state. You guys are fucking in bed together, man.
There's an album I got that I kind of
Man, I
create.
just I just ate a half a bag of Lucky Charms without any milk.
Oh,
You didn't get your cigarettes yet?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he brought yeah.
dude, I want to get the bag that's all just marshmallows.
I know, man. That's what I'm so high right now, man. I'm gonna regret that in the morning though. The marshmallows are good, but that dye they put in there is horrible for you.
Yeah. So here is
So what's been going on, Kiwi? It's been a while, man. How's life?
going. I'm working on another book. I'm waiting for other things to happen so that I can work on another book. And then just slowly working on this drone, but not really working on the drone. So
Right. You're busy.
busy doing nothing because I do enjoy doing nothing. Let's see. Here's this folder.
So I got this folder that kind of I was chasing that history. I could share my screen, right? Yeah, that one. Content only. Right? Share. Right, this should be the screen you can see, right?
Hold on. It's all black on mine. So here we go. Yep, it's
Yeah,
on.
I see it.
Yep.
Like I'm not sure how much of the screen is taken up, but
We're getting 4 blocks at a time, or 2
so
rows.
you had this is one of the things that I enjoy about hunting history and like following it behind. So you think about like the Crusade time frame, the whenever that happened. But like
1300s, I think, 12 to 1300s.
yeah, give or take. And
12 to
so
14, maybe.
like the Roman church and all that, they're going east to get wealth and stuff. But I mean, you have the Spanish and the Portuguese really off of Spain. Um, just sailing across and coming over to the Yucatan Peninsula or Central America.
Yeah.
They really started to uh, grow in strength. I mean, they visited.
Well, a quick note before you find that. I was amazed when I'd heard Portugal many times, and hell, I thought I confused it with the one in South America, Uruguay. But anyhow, long story short, I looked on a map at Portugal, and once I already knew some of their history, their conquerings, and how powerful they were on the sea. And I saw, like, holy shit, you're like the size of Ohio at the bottom of Spain. Hell, you got Spain, France, Britain. You've been over there the whole. I got a lot of respect for Portuguese back in the day, man. Not any atrocities they committed, but their audacity and how small they were to conquer as many places over the world they did. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, at one time Portugal was like the masters of the sea, man, back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So I
When
mean, you
when I
have
was when I was helping Kiwi, I did a little bit of research on them, and it almost was the Portuguese that came here instead of Christopher Columbus. Um, but they had an agreement, like they were showing this area just off the coast of Portugal, and the agreement ultimately Portugal was going south and around the Cape, and they were going east, and then the Spaniards agreed that they would go west. So it was I don't remember what the clause was. It was a while, but almost Portuguese almost discovered the New World.
Look at
Not
that, man. I mean, I exaggerated. It's bigger than Ohio, but not much. And you got Spain right there on your ass, France, Great Britain. Holy shit.
so you gotta imagine like, for lack of a better word, like the central. I don't want to use like the central, but uh, a lot of evolution and progression in knowledge, warfare, you name it, it all progressed faster on the Eastern European front, all this area, right? Especially when the Roman Empire started like taking over a lot of places, blah, blah, blah. And you got the Crusades going on, but you got Spain sitting over here, and then you got Portugal. I mean, they were seafaring. Now, keep in mind the size of Portugal and Spain, seafaring across and landing over in the Puerto Rico, the Central America, the Yucatan. So it's like, let's see, share it back over here. They were traveling
Damn. Wish I had a boat, man.
1502. I mean, you got Hispaniola. I mean, that's you can't even get closer to Spain that way. So they were already advancing over into Central America. And when they started, so imagine 12, 1300 years ago or even longer. I mean, there's those I was saying earlier about the footprints in like the New Mexico desert and stuff in the that's it down in the clay and stuff. So I
Yeah.
mean, civilization has been trading for a long time on the western side of the hemisphere of North and South America. Make it again.
Well, here, along those same thoughts, it's a proven fact. They have found cocaine in numerous high royalty in Egypt. Cocaine only grows in South America. The only place. Have you guys heard about that?
Uh, I,
They
I,
have found traces of cocaine in Egyptian pharaohs' tombs in their bodies.
Well, they the cocaine just don't grow. The coca leaf grows, and you got to take it through a process to make cocaine.
Right, and the only place the coca leaves grew during that time and still to this day is South America and Central America, normally South America, which tells me, some I don't care what archaeologists say, the DNA or the blood samples or whatever, the traces prove that they had trade to South America back in what? Egypt's what? Oh, we're talking 5,000 years ago?
yeah. So here's that religious part of it, um request and require you to recognize the church as your mistress and as governess of the world and universe. And if you do not do this, with the help of God, we shall come mightily against you, and we shall make war on you everywhere and in every way that we can. I mean, they were using the advantage that they had. I mean, they had plated armor, they had musket ball, and they had swords and pikes, versus the Western world where they only had sticks and stones, break your bones, but I mean, chainmail might save you. So they had a warfare advantage, so to speak. But another advantage, you're coming from two different areas, is germs and diseases and stuff, which was, another unknown weapon that was used against the Americas in a sense,
Well, I
But
I I don't know
again, the
if you heard
church.
about it, Kiwi. There was I forget which emperor, I think it was in South America, and some Spaniard captured him, and the story goes that the emperor and all the people thought the fair-skinned, bearded guy, the Spanish, was the gods returning, because the gods said they would return, so they thought they were gods with all their guns and stuff, and lo and behold, no. But isn't it interesting? South American natives, Mayas, Incas, that thought their god was white, fair complected, and had beards. Huh. Huh.
Know what else is interesting though? The Kiwi, they did have I think the Plains Indians and the Pueblo culture did have one advantage over the Spanish, and that advantage is that they knew the terrain. And the terrain in that area of the country is nothing like they have in Spain. You know what I mean? Like all the shit being in the Rocky Mountains and shit like that. I don't think that. I think that we had terrain to our advantage here. I don't think that the Europeans
Okay.
were able to easily navigate the mountainous terrain.
uh, and they used them. They used the natives, enslaved them,
Yeah, oh
cut
yeah.
hands and feet off.
Well, that's who brought all the shit down to El Paso, right? Slaves.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, and there's several treasure hunts out there. There's one over there in Malpaz. That's a bunch of silver
That's
bars.
gotta be Steve, man.
I do have a God equation. It's actually part of my new book.
Well, Steve, you're forgetting God's invisible, so you wouldn't be able to see his name. That's an imposter. That's not really God. Oh shit, that might be God now. I can't see him. Yeah, that's God.
But no, like there, yeah, there's some hell. The writing on the wall. But I mean, so like if you think about that run, I mean that's native history and Spanish history running together, so to speak. So I mean, if there's ways that it does rewrite history, different things that have happened in the past and how they happened, you know. Does that say Dougie or Doug? Anyway,
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That whole area is just the the atrocities committed, man, and to try to justify it that this race is like dogs, are not worth it. Hell, the indigenous people of America, North and South America, Central America, were looked frowned upon by the Europeans like they're expendable, man. They're dogs, you know. They're no better. They're no. The only use is what they have: gold, silver, valuables, and their labor. Let's mind fuck them, man. Let's just destroy their entire fucking culture. Make them worship us, our invisible God, even though they've been worshiping their own for thousands of years. Nope, it's all this one and only. Well, where is he? Can I talk? Nope, he's invisible. Can't talk to
so
him.
I mean, even like that is, in a sense, people kind of forget, at least here in America, and even other places. I mean, you had more spiritual beliefs here in America before the religious aspect come over from Christianity and Catholicism. You know, we already had our own belief in nature and what we believe in creation and stuff. So
Yeah,
then
that's like you talking about like
present
the
day,
paganism.
huh?
You like paganism?
I'm a pantheist.
What's
No,
that?
I think he's talking about the Native Americans, the spiritualism.
Yeah,
You can call it a religion, but it's one with nature, spiritualism. It's a
yeah.
holistic type of
Yeah.
like the wheel, the
Yeah,
wheel.
they were forced not to practice it. That
Yeah,
the Spanish
yeah,
would tell them, you practice it, we'll kill you.
yep.
And that's why Forrest Fenn was talking about the bells, okay? Because it's all goes to the 1680 revolt. When the Spanish, when the Indians invaded the Spanish, they were told to go into church, kill the priests, burn the church, and shatter the bronze bells. And the first church they did was the one right across from where Fenn Gallery is. That church in Santa Fe.
Maybe Forrest buried a bell everywhere there was a church.
No, they shattered the bells. If you look at an old map, and Kiwi has the old maps, you can see that they put a church in every fucking pueblo, all the way up and down the fucking Rio Grande.
It's,
And they
I
would bring the church
remarking.
bell in the morning, and you were supposed to go to church. And if you didn't, they would make an example out of you, cut a couple fingers off, whatever.
Damn.
This one of them old.
And
Hey
some of the
man,
people converted, and they
Yeah.
actually fought against their own pueblo culture.
Yep. And I mean that's why again you have that 1680 revolt.
Yeah, you look at that before 1680 in the 1500s. I think there was 140 fucking pueblos, right? Different cultures. Well, after the Spanish were done, the number went down to like 70, 60. They wiped out half of the fucking culture.
So that information is lost in time. I mean, and almost like dramatically, like I mean, that's it. That information is getting distorted. It's getting changed.
Right, but
The whole concept.
What if Forrest Fenn found some of that information that never made it down to El Paso? And he found, because it's exactly what he said. He goes, Padre was going to bring this shit down the Rio Grande and then he would eventually come back and get it. Well, he never went back and got it, and Forrest Fenn found it. And he says right there in the video, he goes, he says, when we find these other four chests that have the information, I know we're going to change Southwest history as we know it. I mean, it's right there in the video. So what did he find in those documents is really fucking interesting because those are the documents you were looking for, Kiwi, in the lost part of the Lost Padre treasure. But Forrest Fenn may have found some of those documents before they went down there. And it was funny because the minute I brought it all up, then that's when people stopped talking to me. Because I think there's a connection. And I think it's interesting that Nadra, the person that bought Fan Gallery, she worked out of El Paso and she knew people in El Paso, right? And she came up, and when she met Forrest Fenn in the 70s, she started selling some of the artwork for Forrest. She would bring it down to the El Paso area and sell it to the people that she knew down there. So she was Forrest Fenn's connection to El Paso. And I think Forrest used that to his advantage because him and Skippy were probably seeking Spanish gold, let's be honest, right? So they're
Maybe
looking
that's
for
what he
Spanish
found, Troy.
gold, and then they found all these fucking documents that were destined to go to El Paso and be part of the Lost Padre stuff that Kiwi was looking at. I think there's a connection there somehow, some way. I'm not saying Forrest Fenn found the Lost Padre mine. What I'm saying is the documents he found were supposed to be part of the Lost Padre, lost the treasure, and it never made it there, and Forrest found it.
Yeah,
Now,
maybe he
think
found the
about what
map.
he found. If he found all that document, that means he knows where all the other pueblos and where all the other spiritual, quote unquote, kivas are that are around San Lazaro. And that would explain why that company's buying up all that land around San Lazaro.
Yeah,
It's the
he
same fucking company. It's called Morning Star Ranch,
might be onto
LLC.
something. He might be onto something, Troy.
No, well, we talked about this
Yeah,
live.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We talked about it before.
Yeah, but as soon as I started talking about that, then people stopped talking to me.
Mhm.
And like I know, like the one person, like I said, Forrest Fenn's, the family friend, the detective, his family lived in New Mexico since the 1500s. So the stuff that Forrest Fenn's talking about that happened at San Lazaro, this guy has actual natives that lived it, right? So he lived and breathed that. So I think that it was a mutual friendship there where I think that maybe some people's ancestry were actually helping Forrest Fenn do some of that work. And then I don't know. And then all of a sudden we start talking about shit like that. And then people just shut up and stop talking all of a sudden. I found that really interesting.
Yeah, San Lazaro's always been a null and void topic. It gets no response whatsoever from certain groups. Like you said, close. Even Shiloh won't. None of them. No.
No,
The
yeah. And
guy,
that big book in Forrest Fenn's vault that
yeah,
was
the
had to be
legend
like
about
6, 7 inches thick. Where the fuck is
Whitehead
that
found.
book?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
Well, I happen to, it's his cognitive bias and all that going through, but I'm thinking San Lazaro is there's something to do with San Lazaro as a legacy. It's fight discovering new discoveries in history, man. Like he said, when he holds things, he can feels its presence, its eminence, or however he worded it. He could feel its power in his hands.
Yeah, so I think they took all that documents and all the stuff that Forrest Fenn discovered. They put it into like a trust under some LLC. Probably San Lazaro LLC is the top of the umbrella, and they got sub corporations underneath that, and that's where all the information is being held. And I think that Forrest Fenn's a lot of his estate is going to go to fund that further research. And I'm not saying it has anything to do with searchers or anything like that. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is I think that's what Forrest Fenn's big picture was. In other words, he wanted things to continue after his death, and that research would still continue, and he would use his wealth to help fund that. And all of that stuff was tied to probate, and it was tied to the lawsuits, which are now over. Probate, by the way, closed in February because it says
Yeah,
right there, it
yeah.
says it was closed. It says it right on the document. So the only thing they had up until last week was the Cummings lawsuit, which is now dismissed. So there's really nothing else. I mean, the Forrest and Peggy, this September or October, it'll be 6 years since they've been dead, long beyond any statute of limitations. So I would assume at some point Shiloh would come out and discuss what they're going to do as far as his legacy and further research. And that I think is what he means by fun and games or fun and answers. I don't think it has anything to do. They're not even going to mention the treasure chest at all, or they're going to divert attention away from that over to this bigger picture.
Well, the comment he made about, we all know in 15 minutes, he made more than what his father made to pay his house off in 20 years. His father changed so many education. Forrest Fenn figured out a way to voluntarily have 350 some thousand plus people learn lessons, man, and not even know it. He invited them in. He didn't have to go to them, they came to him. And it was all about life lessons. Read his book, The Thrill, the Chase, and Memoir. That's all about lessons. And hell, how many say, oh, I have rules? Well, rules come from learning lessons. It's all
Right.
about fucking lessons.
Right. So he thought if I'm just going to come out and I want to teach you, nobody would have followed him. But if you put a
Nope.
lure out there worth $1 million or $2 million, that attracts the people. And
Yeah.
it also helps them decipher, well, who's a gold digger? What are people's motives in here? Who's here for what? So I think it was like it would do two things. It would bring people in. It would also give them the ability to kind of disseminate who those people are and
To
who maybe
interact,
would be capable of
to
somebody.
to think about it. If you wrote a book about yourself in the same scenario, how much of a fucking like honor, thrill, ego ride, whatever, to have people constantly try to examine you and think like, I mean, and compliment you and say, oh, you mentioned you ate a pie once in this store and take a pic. I'm there for, I mean, come on. That's like what the think about it, Troy. If you told a story about your childhood, you wrote a book, told a story about childhood, then all of a sudden everyone's showing up at the ice cream shop you talked about, taking pictures, sharing it with you. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he even said in K-Pros, he's like, what else do I have? I mean, come on, 80 years old. He ain't out running the mountains no more. Ain't out doing shit. What else? He even said it in a sad, pathetic way. What else do I have? That's old age, man. He can live vicariously through all the people that communicate with him.
Yep.
Yep. And hopefully that's what ultimately comes out because I would hate for it to come out the way it is now and we got some bullshit, 9 Mile Hole, which is wrong. And it just makes Forrest look like an asshole. I think that there's a way to come out and really make it look like, hey, this was actually something big that I participated in at some point. You know what I mean? And maybe I learned this or that, or I learned from that. So this is what my experience was. They could focus on all that and do a documentary on that. They don't even need to mention Jack Stoof. They're not going to mention any of that shit. That chapter was closed in 2020, legally sealed. It was in Wyoming. Period. Done.
Well,
there's, there's
like I
no
said
other
earlier,
chest. There's
Troy,
nothing.
that's the full page color ad. The Thrill, the Chase, and Memoir was his full page color ad to his legacy. And everybody, we live in the world, all of our everything we've done has been recorded. Even though we delete it, it was still recorded worldwide. So you have all these now, like you said earlier, and I said it earlier, how ironic and well, disgraceful it's going to look for. We're going to be able to tell the greedy fucking people. If we don't already know, I have a good idea of all of them. But the greedy
Hey,
ones will be the ones that went on to carry on the thrill of the chase, finding the treasure. That wasn't the thrill of the chase.
hey,
That
did you
wasn't
see
the
that
thrill of
map?
the chase.
You see that map that Kiwi put up? That's every
Yeah.
place he went boots on the ground. No.
Hey,
He is the
Damn.
chase authority, fan, right there.
A lot of trails, a lot of trails. But I mean,
Damn.
those are the trade routes and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've been trading for forever so to speak. And not to mention there's Asian ships on the west side too. So
Well,
um,
I mentioned the Egyptians
Americans.
earlier, and the cocaine, that's a proven fact. They got it from South America. If you look at that map, the closest South America is right up in that little nook of Africa. It's the shortest distance to fucking sail.
I think
Yeah,
Eric Clapton bought him the cocaine.
you need
Okay,
you,
okay.
you need a boat, Kiwi. You need a boat to follow the trade routes.
Or the Grateful Dead, they were riding that train.
Okay.
Well, I mean, think about it. Those were the two main ways of traveling was by foot or by water. So
Yeah, you
Well, how
always
did they travel by water that long ago though? They didn't have ships. They didn't find. The problem is they were saying that they would be wooden ships and they would all be rotten. Like you would never find a ship that's that old. It would be destroyed. So they have never been able to find any proof of, because like they were using California as an example, that because of the glaciers, the coast of California would extend maybe, I don't know, let's say 100 miles further west than where it is. So any people that were living on the coast, they'll be like under hundreds of feet of water. So they've never found any evidence of to prove how people traveled. So that was what I had for Davy B before. How the fuck did they get to Easter Island? How the hell would you get from New Zealand's the closest place? How the hell would you get that far traveling in a canoe? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me how they did that. And when we know they did it.
Yeah. Well, once again,
people
if
there,
if mountains can deteriorate through time, fuck, wood don't stand a chance. No
Right.
chance whatsoever. What?
I mean,
Put a log down and
there are
what?
ways that things can be preserved,
Well,
right?
yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, in the
Such
mud or in the
mud. I mean,
volcano. Like,
yeah,
I don't
but
know.
just sitting out 200 years a wooden boat, I don't give a fuck who built it and how big it is. It's going to be nothing, man. It'll deteriorate back to
To the
nothing.
ground. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, I mean, but you look at Easter Island, like I said again, look at some of those fucking monuments that are there, those heads. Those things, as big as they are on the ground, they go that far deep in the ground.
Well, speaking of Easter
Where the
Island,
hell did they quarry that shit from?
speaking of Easter Island, I think there's a row of like 7 to 9 of them, and they're looking towards South America. Now, their stories, the Easter Island people, they actually say the Moai and all. There was brothers, 7 brothers that came from South America and went there. Now, if you go to, I think it's what the fuck, Bolivia. Where's that? Where they found all those fucking huge, massive 9 foot diameter rocks of faces that have Polynesian noses, flat noses, big lips, like African, Polynesian. What the fuck are they doing in South America? Have you guys heard about those?
Well,
They
don't they have
found,
them also in Hawaii or the Samoans or whatever?
yeah, they
well
found hundreds
they
of these
find they
skulls.
find South American artifacts in the Adena mounds here.
It's
Really?
crazy.
Do you
Yeah,
find it over in Ohio?
yeah. I'm telling you, man, they had an extensive trade route, man. Look up Adena artifacts, man. And tell me that ain't South American shit, man.
Well,
Why do you
and if
think we
you
got
follow
shit
that
like? Why
theory,
do you think? Why do you think we got shit in Ohio like Serpent Mound, Alligator Mound? Ain't no fucking alligators here.
well, another fact to keep in mind all over the world are these pyramid type structures. That's not stumbled upon. How in the fuck? It's not a coincidence. Every civilized, advanced cultures on this planet in antiquity was building pyramids. No, they shared the knowledge. They had to have. They, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Why would? There's no reason. It's impossible for all of them to pick a pyramid shape.
That's where
Impossible.
the aliens come in. I think it's highly likely that they had some kind of
Look at that.
influence.
Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that ain't South American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's an Adena pipe.
really. Holy shit.
That's the headset, the dress. What's that? A snake in the crotch area? That's a snake.
And then
like catch a
I'm high.
Maquado or
I'm
whatever.
high right now. What's the culture after Adina? I can't remember it now. It's Adina and
Funky cold?
Hopewell,
No, no.
yeah, Hopewell. Hopewell.
Oh,
Hopewell.
well.
Look up the Cincinnati tablet.
Man, I ain't got my glasses on. I can't see for shit. I spell Cincinnati.
It's
Cin.
right there. It's 2 down. Cincinnati artifacts. Second one down. No, look where you were typing right there. It
Oh,
shows you.
It's right. Just look up the Cincinnati tablet.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that looks more Mayan or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
so
South
like
American shit.
Central America. Central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Central South. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. I think people are going up and down the Mississippi and across the
Look
Ohio
up
River.
look up the copper artifacts found in the Hopewell. I'm telling you, man, they had an extensive trade route, man. Right there, look at that shit.
Yeah. Damn.
Come on, man.
see, I mean, like the headdresses.
Yeah, look at that shit, man. That's like almost Aztecian or some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up some Aztecian markings from that other thing to see if they kind of look alike.
And keep in mind that's copper.
Yeah, and copper was started to be mined out of.
Michigan and shit. That's the closest that we were to it. Michigan and
Oh, okay. I've seen a lot of things like this. Look the way that centerpiece. Look how his leg is pranced up. He's like on a throne, but look how his legs. See how his right leg is up, real fancy like.
Yeah,
Go
he's
over
like he's
to
dancing.
India. Go over to the Indian area. In India, they're all fucking with their leg up like that, dancing. Go to South America, where did the kings and rulers sat on thrones, and they all put their leg up. I mean, who the fuck sits like that? Looks feminine, man. That doesn't look kingly, does it?
Look, there's the nipple right there.
Be careful. We might have Bill watching this now. You get Bill excited. Sorry, Bill.
I'm just saying, it looks like I
yeah,
can
don't
almost
talk
picture
about
him.
Bill. You'll be sucking my dick later on or streets. Yeah, look at that shit, man. And you're talking about Adina. Adina was before
Again, you
Jesus.
gotta remember that the different ages, the Bronze Age and all that stuff, the Copper Age, that in a sense that took more place in the Europe's area overseas, versus over this way again, because it's hard to see people extracting minerals using rock on rock and stuff. I mean,
Now look up the alligator mound in Ohio. Although it doesn't look like an alligator, I don't know why they call it the alligator mound. It looks more like a fucking monkey or a possum to me, but
out.
we ain't got no monkeys over here either.
You did have alligators there at one time because they found evidence of alligators and palm trees in Wyoming. So the Earth's crust shifted. I mean, what was in Ohio was probably down closer to the equator at one point, like millions of hundreds of million years ago, whatever.
That's
That looks like a wombat or some animal from fucking or like Australia or something. Look, that's like a
that's in Ohio
sloth.
Street. That's in Ohio.
I've never seen an animal like that in the woods of Ohio.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like a lot of people don't even know about like when they think of effigy mounds, the only mound that people really know about in Ohio is Serpent Mound. But we got the Alligator Mound. We got I think we got like two more over there in Fort Ancient
I
off
didn't
the
even
Little
know
Mark.
about Serpent Mountain until you taught me.
I
Huh?
think you're right, Steve. That does look like a monkey, man, with the curved tail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It looks like a monkey to me.
because the front arms is a little bit longer than the back, but the back are fucking or the legs are long, long.
And
Yeah, I think that's a
you know
fucking
what's so
monkey.
crazy about our shit? If you can zoom out on this picture, there's
Yeah. No,
houses, there's fucking houses all around
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I told you guys a story. There's an Indian burial ground right on the property of the old high school here. It's a middle school now, but they call it Indian Mound. And they're it's fenced off, and that's where everybody used to go and party. They had pass through there. It
I
was like
remember
a
that you
nature
went live
trail.
one time and we were looking on Google and we were looking at the school and you were showing us around that area.
Yeah, it was actually like a wilderness trail that the public took for fuck ever since I for as long as I can remember, and then all of a sudden, I think it was in the '90s, Native Americans in the region protested and said, "Man, how would you like us to build a nature trail through your fucking cemetery? What the hell, man?" And they stopped it. They fenced it off.
I remember you were showing us that there was like this big field,
Yeah, yeah.
trees on the side.
The
Yeah,
football stadium butted up to the fucking burial ground.
crazy.
And then right on the other side of the burial ground, they built an elementary school and a fucking cemetery. It's like uh, I've always had sympathy for the since I was like 15, 16 and started doing mushrooms and shit and researching Crazy Horse and City Bull. I was my heart breaks for them, man. I
Hey,
know the Jews, how that they say the Nazis, which they were those atrocities. It can't compare to the Native Americans. Cannot even hold a candle to
Yeah, dude,
what
did you see pictures of the stuff that Steve found he has laying
hey,
in his garage? You,
you see that right there? That was found on the banks of the Little Miami.
is that a fossil?
Nah, it's a fucking pipe. Let me find a better picture of it.
Steve
That,
found a bunch of fucking shit. You see all the shit Steve found.
nice.
this is the top of it right here.
Oh shit. So it
Wow.
had a wood stem coming out of it at one time?
I think it was some type of pipe or not a pipe, but
Looks like
like
a mortar,
like
a pestle mortar.
yeah, like a grinding stone, a
Yeah.
ceremonial grinding stone or some
I
shit.
was going to say that's not for food preparation. That's for spiritual use then. Look how
Yeah.
small it is.
I'm trying to find a better.
Maybe
You
a
And
actually
medicine
found
hat.
that, Steve?
incense.
I didn't find it.
Damn.
I didn't find it. That's the piece that remember I was telling you about my cousin. His dad found that a
Holy
long time
shit.
ago.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see this. It's not this picture. Not that's probably not a good picture of it. Nah, never mind.
He found it along the banks of a river?
Yeah, it was. I didn't find it. It was found on the banks of the Little Miami.
Wow.
Now that's about the best picture I could find of the face of it on that side.
Well, I've told you guys before, Wyandotte County is the first county north of Marion County here in Ohio. It's Wyandotte Indians. Every year you can still I've done well, I've never done people have done it every year for as long as I can remember since the 60s, probably longer. Every springtime when the farmers go out until there's always arrowhead hunters and they always find shit. That's why they still go there to find arrowheads everywhere up there.
Yeah.
Now,
I ain't really got. I got to go back in my other.
if they're finding arrowheads, we all know there's fucking cities or encampments or whatever in and other artifacts, and usually around the small waterways or larger
That's
waterways.
that's a point and a blade right there.
You found that?
Yeah,
Nice.
I found that right in our little creek right here. Little
Holy
Miami, not
shit.
the Little Miami, but the Mill Creek.
Damn.
That's hunting like deer. Look at the size of it, deer.
Yeah. Either deer or person.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's a big. It ain't you ain't gonna hunt birds or rabbits with that.
I got more shit, but they're not. I got to go on my phone and get them. These are just what I got. Here's that artifact that Kiwi was showing. That pipe.
How many Indian cultures, indigenous people in America, look at the hoop earrings. That's not a common thing. I mean,
That's what I was looking up was the Aztec stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, that's Central and South America with the hoops and the like pierced noses, and I don't know. I'm not a real big archaeological researcher. And have any
Here's
of you
another. Here's
guys
another.
seen? Have
Here's
any
a
of you
front.
guys seen
Here's a
hoop?
front picture of it. I don't know. It's probably not that clear on this picture though.
Oh shit, that looks like Moses' face upside down, smiling.
That's it. Next thing he's going to be pulling up a rusty cowl. No.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, real quick, I got to say this. A lot of stories have been told. Did I exaggerate that Bill drug the rusty car part around gravel? Yeah, I did. He carried it. But Forrest was sitting next to Stephanie and Candyman. He actually took Stephanie's seat. She was like, "Oh, you can sit here." And behind it, they had a contest. Everyone that came in and participated, they draw a picture of Forrest Fenn's very special spot, and they hung it on a clothesline on like a 4-foot brick wall, stone wall behind where Forrest and Candyman was sitting. Bill came up and set the fucking part right on the wall, 4 feet fucking high. You guys seen how fucking big it is, covering up part of the fucking people's pictures of, and there was a contest. I think Forrest or something. I think Forrest was going to pick, or someone was going to pick the best picture or something, right? And they told Bill, and Bill's all proud. And I was there. I watched it. Bill, you could see him. He thought he was going to get the treasure. This is it, because he had made videos talking about it. So I'm watching this, me and my daughter, and they literally told him, "Hey, we're having it. You're blocking the contest things. We got this clothesline of pictures up here. Plus, it's that it could fall and hurt someone or kill a small kid." And told Bill to put it down. He took it like, oh, they acknowledge it, and set it right down behind Candyman. And Forrest was sitting to the right of Candyman. I'm like, holy shit. And to hear Bill talk about it, I was there. I witnessed it. Bill was like reading all into it. This is it, and then that's the Fenbury when Forrest asked Shiloh to go get mildew.
That's when he doffed the hat.
Yeah, sorry, I was there and watched it all. Sorry, I just had to get that in. Bill tells one story. I saw it from my perspective, and no. And Bill says, "Oh, Forrest lied to Street and told him he was just joking." I didn't ask Forrest. Him and Shiloh was sitting right next to me on the ledge. After all that went down and stuff, they came back, and Forrest was sitting right next to me. And literally, it was like, ha ha ha, that was funny. I was like, we never talked. I sat next to him and Shiloh for like a half hour, 45 minutes. I looked at him once, we looked at each other, and that was it. Shiloh and I talked a few times. He watched my book bag when I went out to smoke, went to the end of the drive. Shiloh sat there and guarded my book bag. But I swear he came back, and that was funny. That's the only words Forrest said to me at February 2017. It's the only words I said to him. Bill says, "Oh, I tried to get his attention, but there are women all around. You can't get his attention." I'm like, fuck, he was sitting next. Why would you want his attention? Oh, that's right, because you was dragging that rusty car part. You wanted the treasure. And for a prize, Bill got the doffing of what he claims the doffing of a hat, and then he claims mildew came out because of him. Well, I don't know. That was funny. That doesn't sound like congratulations, Bill solved it. No.
Yeah. So, I mean, but you know what's funny about that street? Like, even let's say if it was true, right? That's it. He solved it. Then why did Forrest Fenn wait? Why did he get Jack? Why did he keep the chase going for 3 more years and get
Well,
Jack
hold on.
in
Let's
Wyoming? Why
go.
would he do all that when he could have just ended it right there and said, "Okay, it's over"?
Bill claimed up to 2017 for a whole year. Bill claimed he found the proxy. It's not a treasure we're looking for. In all his videos before then, he talked about finding a chest. All his adventure videos, he was looking for a bronze chest. Then he found a cowling. Then he says, oh, he shows up at Fenn in 2017 after talking about it for nearly a year and thought he was going to, and instead of getting what he wanted, saying, oh, congratulations, Bill found it. No, Bill read into everything saying, oh, that's it. Fast forward to 2019 in early January, when I said I found his treasure, Bill said, oh, he's talking about me. I'm the treasure. I found the treasure. I think. And fast forward later in 2019, when Bill ate the food off Forrest Fenn's plate at that diner. All of those things. How in the what? For all these years, yep, you solved it. You solved it, but ain't giving you nothing? That makes no fucking sense, does it? None.
No, he waited 3 years, ended it with Jack, and here we are 6 years after that happened. And you would think at some point somebody would say, "I guess I'm not getting anything."
Well, now Bill, he's lost all hope in all those avenues, and now he, just like Barbara's lost all hopes in chasing Doug. So now he's got to write a book, and Doug's going to promote it. It's like, God damn, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it looks like Doug will have to get a restraining order against Bill.
Well, here's another thing. He says all the family, all Doug, Carl, they've all blocked him on emails and phones, and he takes that as a hint. I'm like, what? That's a hint that they don't want to talk to you. That's pretty, yeah, they don't want to talk to you.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to get that last punch in there.
that's sad. I don't know.
Well, at least I'm not making countless music video after and shorts of cartoon images of me like talking about the songs. I listened to all your songs, Bill, all of them. I'm like, my family freaks, man. They're like, what? This guy's pretty obsessed. I'm like, yeah, look at this shit, man. There's
You
some
know, you
fucking
can publish all those songs. AI is not copyrightable.
Well, it's just I mean, he goes fucking pretty deep and yeah, pretty sadistic, man. And he seems to be fixated on my ass and dick for some reason.
Mm.
Well, it's been an enjoyable time. I'll start doing lives more often, throwing in. Thanks for joining, everyone. You got any last thoughts?
Yeah,
Nah,
get
no.
trusted on sometime. I won't come on if he doesn't want me on there. I just want to hear you guys get trusted back and talk because those are good conversations. I miss that.
What about those Israelites?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was surprised was he in the chat tonight?
No, he comments. He always well, not always. Majority of the time, he'll comment on videos and posts I do. Yeah, he's still around. He does gardening videos, man. He did like I think the last short he did was, oh man, probably 2-3 days ago, gardening, and then live. He hasn't been live in like a month.
I bet you his gardens are real nice now.
Oh yeah, man. He has a massive setup.
Yeah, I would have said maybe not ask him because he's slipped away, but I know that's bullshit. I mean, I know he's still involved in. I think he's in Ben's Discord, or he's in a couple of.
I've seen him make videos here and there.
Yeah, the armadillo one's funny. You guys should watch the short about armadillos. Something about the searchers getting together for a gathering or something. It's about armadillos. It's funny as hell. There's about 3 or 4. He's like, "Oh God, we got a bunch of searchers," and he shows them on his phone walking across his yard across the road, and he looks across the road, and there's like 3 or 4 little armadillos running around a fence line. It's like, looks like the searchers are gathering for another convention or some get together.
Hell yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Well, appreciate it, man. You guys all take care until we talk next time or see each other around videos or whatever, man.
Yeah.
all right, bro.
Y'all keep calm and treasure on.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
Take care.
Take care, all.